everybody! How are we all going? They're not muted,
No?
they're just not talking.
Okay,
There we go.
we're letting you like that moment
It's like,
where
what is
your
going
chat
on?
would say something, and you pretend to respond back to them. I don't know.
Okay. That was actually easy. So sorry about that. We had Howln just drop out in the pre-show. Warned about power issues, but we're going to keep going, and hopefully the power comes back on and Howln will come back. But hi everybody, welcome back to the alignment. This is our fourth show, our fourth episode. We started the second story in the last episode. We finished and started the story in the second episode, so in the last episode, and it's been a little bit been a little while, but if you're watching on YouTube, just ignore that. You're just pressing play and keeping on liking, subscribing, and all the fun bits, because everything that we have is on YouTube, and it's always nice to leave a nice comment. Anyway, so welcome back in. So welcome to the alignment. We have Hitokiri Chibi did all the amazing artwork for this. I think except for the frames.
I did not do frames.
You didn't do the frames for this one. Someone else did the frames. I can't remember who it is, but it'll be in the credits anyway at the end. So we have Silenscape in the background for the audio, because I like to terrorize people with audio, and that's going to be lots of fun. And we also have a giveaway. So if you're in here and if you do pick me, !, pick me, you will be entered into the giveaway, and essentially we'll be drawing that in our break time. In our break, we also have permission from Roll20. They've donated their How to Play Monsters of the Week, which is great, because they're also the ones that have given us the giveaway as part of the Roll20 Ambassador. The giveaway is actually not Monster of the Week, but actually the stories of the Monsters of the Week on Roll20. So you can just get the free Monster of the Week thing on Roll20, and then the giveaway gives you the extra stories to be able to play with your friends and have fun. And it's great fun. It's chaos. It's even more chaotic with this lovely bunch of people.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Try our best.
Yes.
Just a little bit. So let's get our introductions done. Let's get into the game. As mentioned, it has been a while, but we're here and we're going to have some fun. I think we'll leave Trace, for the last, because you do your own thing, generally speaking. Or do you want to start and everyone has to try to
To match.
Okay.
Raise the bar. Go for it.
Go for it. Go for it,
All
VJ.
right,
Go for
okay.
it. No pressure.
Hi. Hi, I'm VJ Stonecraft. Hey, baby. I'm playing Tracy Trace Jenkins tonight. She's the crooked, because I'm not straight.
Short, succinct, love it.
Wolf.
Hey everyone, I'm Wolf of Red Roses. Today I'm be playing Prospero Theus III, your local resident spell slinger, and great hero of the people. And by people I mean the rich, because those are the people who matter, right?
To Prospero, yeah, but not to everybody else, maybe?
Listen, the 1%'s the best percent, that's all I'm saying.
Ooh. You're just waiting for your own little
I assume I'm gonna be
in the
I assume I'm gonna be the villain at the end of this entire thing. Just a ploy by me all along.
Well,
See that.
it might be that the case, because you do get to we are going to be sharing the GM role, so you'd write yourself in as the big bad villain.
That would
Maybe
be pretty
hard
funny to do.
Maybe hard to run play the next week when you're not the big bad villain and you have to face another GM. But Chibi?
Hi, I'm Chibi. I am an artist, but today I'll be playing Brianna Gentry, who is the searcher of the group, and she's the one who tries to keep them on track with where we're going. And I've also got my little fey dog called Smoke. I looked at my notes this time and I checked, and yes, the name is Smoke, not Shadow, Smoke, just Smoke.
Because that's a thing. Dr. Oblong?
G'day, I'm Dr. Oblong. Today I'll be playing Unky Marvin Sprout. I'm the common, just the mundane. I'm just old, but they love me. Kind of.
Did you keep the chainsaw?
Oh yeah, I've got the chainsaw.
He has the rules for it. It's
Yeah.
there now.
Who passes up a free chainsaw?
All
Yeah.
right.
Mental note, don't give the players chainsaws. Gotcha.
Gardening implements, they're just so nasty.
Yeah. Don't forget, if you type in ! pick me, that's how you enter the giveaway. And we'll be doing that at the midway point of the game. So, we started this adventure with a drunken phone call to our investigator, who is not here. And it was a drunk, not the phone call itself was drunken, it was the recipient was the drunk, as in our missing adventurer, our investigator. And the gig is, or the job that he's hired to do, to pay off his bar tab, his ever-increasing bar tab, is to find a missing animal, missing pet. In investigating the pet at Memorial Park, with some psychic research and a little bit of hacking, we found two things. One, that there was a small little, about 1 foot blob moving very fast on the security cameras, which might be responsible for the pet going missing, but also that there was a sense of imminent danger of the next victim is going to be attacked on the lake, heading down to the lake. Sitting on the dock is a fisherman, and out in the lake is a few people in small little boats, little dinghies. Or in Australia, we call them tinnies. One was coming in at the end of the day, and suddenly it got rocked, and the old fisherman, was flung out of the boat, and just as he was about to hit the water, he was frozen in midair. In the distance, you could see a claw coming up out of the water, trying to grab at this old man. I can't remember how, but the boat hit the pier.
I believe someone, maybe Unky Marv, if I remember correctly, made a bad roll. So while the man froze in midair,
The
he
boat
didn't stop
kept
the
going.
boat.
That's
The boat
right.
kept going.
Thank you for reminding on that one. It's been about a month. And hit the pier, throwing the people on the pier into the water, some of them, including Trace. And while Trace fell into the water, Howln, Eugene, our detective, swam out to save Trace, of which by the time he got there, Trace was already rescued by Prospero, walking on water and carrying her princess style to safety as this underwater creature sped towards the two, or now one person left in the water. And then, as it got there, Howln was pulled down, or Eugene was pulled down into the water. And that's where we ended it. So the scene is that you're at a dock. Some of you are on the broken dock. Some of you are on the edge of the water. And your friend Eugene, I don't know if he was drunk or sober, but is not having a good day after being pulled under the water by this unknown creature. And that's where we open the scene.
So would I be correct, because I wasn't there last session and I was technically off camera, So would now this be the part where I come roaring in on my motorbike going, I'm so sorry I'm late, what did I miss?
You can always ask how much damage does a motorcycle do, but that's in the water, that might be an issue. But if you can be late coming to the scene, that's up to you. You're making the scene.
I come roaring in on my motorbike, throwing off my helmet and kind of like parking it, going, all right, what's going on? What did I miss?
You can see
I see Prospero probably carrying a wet dress, like Princess Carrie style. And where's Uncle Marv?
Uncle Marv's on the pier with Stace. Stace sort of jumped out of the way.
Now broken pier. You can see in the distance.
Trace got blown into the water, but we're safe.
Yeah.
Okay.
But in the distance, there's an old man floating above the water.
Yeah.
About 100 feet off the pier into the lake. Just face down, floating onto water. About to hit the water, but just stopped in time.
Well, it seems that Stace is a bit drained from all this magic use, so Uncle Marv would be getting her to safety by putting her in Betsy, taking her from the pier and putting her safely in Betsy. So that
Uncle Marv, don't worry. Oh, sorry.
that would just be my first action. You can now be mean to your sister.
Uncle Marv, what the hell are you doing? Like, she's fine. She's unconscious. She's fine. Just leave her. The pier looks comfy. We need to figure out. Prospero, fucking put me down. We need to worry about the monster in the lake.
Oh, there's a monster in the lake?
It has Eugene.
He's looking around. It's like, where's Eugene?
She's in the lake.
Not
with
too
the monster.
far away, at the end of near the broken dock, at the end of the slipway, there's almost a disturbance in the water.
Well, it certainly looks like Eugene's maybe putting up a fight. Maybe either that or it's in a feeding frenzy. By the way, Prospero, is that you? And she's like pointing at the floating old man. Like, is that your doing?
Yeah. Who else would do it?
Maybe that's how the creature catches its prey and likes to fish them out of the air. I don't know.
No, I stopped him in midair so he wouldn't fall in the water to the creature.
Are you going to bring him over here or just leave him there?
I can't. The magic's finicky. I have to physically get there and grab him and move him. It's weird. Don't worry about it. Let's just get Eugene out first. That is our priority. The old man's going to float there as long as I want him to. Forever if I really chose.
Work underwater. As Uncle Marv grabs the chainsaw from the boot of Betsy.
No, but if you fire a gun above the water, the bullets will go down at least a little bit, so maybe a gun would be better.
Or you throw the chainsaw while it's on into the water so it sinks and just keeps going.
He puts the chainsaw back.
Right, well,
Meanwhile,
I thought we figured that
the
out.
water is splashing.
Okay.
I guess I'll can I see any of the creature from here?
No.
Or is it all under the water?
Under the
Right,
water.
Then
What did
go
it
ahead,
look like?
please.
What did it look like? What have we got? Have we seen it? Have we seen any of it?
Nope.
No idea. I'm gonna make it so we can see it.
You have seen some of it.
We've seen a
small
claw, right?
claw.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
came
When
out.
you say a small claw, you're talking like a, or like.
Eugene is drowning right now. We'll deal with it later.
Yep.
And then she's gonna reach into the bags on the side of her motorbike, and then she's going to. It says I've got cryptid hunting gear. I don't know what that means. I assume that one of those things is going to be like a short harpoon spear thing with maybe a rope attached to it, and I'm going to pull that out. All right, let's go spear fishing then.
Right.
And she's gonna walk towards the pier.
Walk?
There is some pier left, right?
There's splashing going on.
I figured I was still near the motorbike, so I'm just walking. I'm going from the motorbike onto the pier.
I'm just,
I am
as
so
the
not a
keeper,
tough person.
I'm just going, walk
or run.
Or run.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
There's splashing.
I'm also trying to figure out. I
Okay.
don't know if my character is going to be a good swimmer or not. She's not the type who's like physically strong, but you know, our physically strong person is the one under the water.
And to this point,
All
I'm
right.
going to
run and
gonna.
jump into the water towards the.
So I will say this: you walked. I will take and the keeper will do a move against Eugene. You don't know what it is, though.
Okay. I swan dive in. That is to say, I don't swan dive. I actually just like leap in, being down, hoping I am not going to stab Eugene. Is the water clear? Is it dark? What time of day is it? Sorry.
So I was going to do something here to make it so we can actually see the thing. Like, can I use magic to make it so we can see underneath the water? Because I assume right now it's like a kind of murky lake.
You can.
Or is this where we go? No. The lake in our town is actually well known for being crystal clear and filled with so many delicious fishes, which is why these fishermen are all here.
The
name
Prospero
of it is
family would
actually-
have nothing less.
The name of the lake is Super Crystal Clear Lake.
Camp Crystal Clear Lake is right next door.
Someone write that down. Apparently, that's the name of the lake. Because in Monster of the Week, the players are the ones that create the story and create the location. So apparently, it's crystal
right.
clear. I will say this, because you are delaying, that there's a lot of bubbles and it's very hard to see under the lake. So I am complicating things
All right.
Okay.
So I'm going to use
in this
My-
circumstance.
Power of the Heart to like dive in with Bree and help her like distract the monster so she can score a hit. I'm going to use this skill, which is Power of the Heart, which means she automatically gets a +1 when I help her fighting a monster.
Yes.
The power of friendship is not as powerful
Family.
as a chainsaw.
But we have this spear now. It'll do.
So I think you're doing something risky here.
Okay.
Is it kick some ass or do something risky?
Well, I think we're kicking some ass
Okay.
as,
cool,
as you
cool.
dive in.
Okay. Let's roll.
I'll give you this as a heads up. You want to be a success here.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll not look too closely at what my tough score is.
And that's just the keeper doing a soft warning here.
All right. So what was the plus? Did I get a plus from Uncle Barman?
Yes.
Yeah, +1.
+1. So when it says input value of plus or minus forward, I put a 1 there.
Mm-hmm.
If you got any other forwards or if you got any chat.
Hey!
So
And also what I would like to say that when I first encounter something strange, I can usually ask you what sort of thing it is. I assume after I get a blow in is when I'll properly see it and I'll ask the question.
yep. No, actually, I'll give you the description now,
Okay.
and you can describe the entire act.
All right.
The description is almost a 2 foot tall, like humanoid-ish, but like it's covered in covered in reeds, and like it looks like it's made of reeds and like and things like that. It has glowing yellow eyes now that when you get into the water, sharp teeth and clawed hands.
Okay. Sorry, I was
We don't
What?
see the whole creature yet, do we?
No, but
Okay,
Brianna will be.
all right.
sure.
So I have this thing called Occam's broadsword, and it says when I first encounter something strange, you will tell me if it is natural, unnatural creature, weird phenomenon, or a person. And I gain a +1 forward dealing with it.
While it looks natural and it looks like it's made up of natural things, it is a phenomenon.
Ah. I stab it.
The way you stab it.
So I know how Unky Marv causes a distraction. He just runs up the broken pier and then jumps off the end and just goes, Horsey! Just goes, and totally fails and belly flops into the water, but makes an absolute distraction.
And then Brianna jumps in.
Yeah, I dive in a bit smoother. Less of a disturbance in the water. And yeah, I kind of see that thing. I'm like a bit shocked at the moment, but I'm like, oh, I'm still. And it's kind. Is it like wrapped around Eugene or something? Like
caught, like grabbing onto your hands, trying to pull him down.
Okay. I
grab him onto the
go
legs
in
just
for that. I definitely go in for the stab, and then I realize belatedly I should have tied the end of my rope to the pier or something, so that I can't really pull it out. But hey,
Planning.
Go for a stab.
Planning. So you jump in. How much damage does your spear do?
You look again. It just said cryptid hunting gear, so I assumed that, but it doesn't say anything about a specific weapon or how much damage it deals.
Let's see.
I have I know my heavy
a magical
flashlight
dagger
would
is
normally
2.
do 1 harm.
A magical dagger is 2. Let's say 2.
2? Okay.
Let's say 2, because I'll give you the +1 in dealing with it as a +1 to damage in this case too. So as you jump in and it's trying to pull down, you dive past the flailing of Eugene, who was causing all of the ruckus and all the disturbance in the water, and you stab at this creature. It lets go and is stuck on the end of your harpoon.
You also get an extra effect because you got a 10.
Oh. All right. So on a 10 plus choose 1 extra effect. So take 1 forward or give 1 forward to another hunter, inflict terrible harm. Or I can force them where I want them.
Because it does harm on her as well.
Oh.
Yeah, it gets a clawing.
Oh, okay. I guess I would suffer less harm? I don't want to be harmed. So yeah, I'd use that extra effect.
As you claw it, so as you stab it, it reaches up and just scrapes with your hand to try to stop you from doing it, and you take 1 harm instead of 2.
Okay. So. My motorcycle gear should be protecting me somewhat.
But now you're in the water. Eugene's in the water. Eugene's looking bad. There's blood from Eugene.
Definitely. Okay. Am I able to do anything else, or?
Well, we'll go to what's Prospero and Trace doing.
At this point, with everybody, especially Uncle Marv and Eugene in the water, Trace has pushed herself away from Prospero, and she says, "Shit, Prospero, everybody's in the water. Fuck. I've got a knife. Prospero, hold my hoops. And I take them out and I hand them to him. And then I go to also jump in the water and attempt to fucking stab whatever is underneath there with my butterfly knife.
Ross was just sitting there no one just waited for me to do what I was going to do. No one listens anymore.
We're people of action.
And I was trying to do an action.
Did anyone really ever listen, Prosper?
No.
We all took
that's
offense
fine.
to your intro.
It was a great intro. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, so I'm going to attempt to kick some ass.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. I did not, in fact, kick any ass. Oh, God. All right. What terrible thing happens to me?
It doesn't It doesn't really say anything about if we
Karsh,
fail.
I think you're muted because you just looked like you were
sorry
talking,
about-
but we didn't. Okay.
Let's see what we can do about that. Shall I be mean or really, really mean?
Listen, we've had a streak of good luck.
Trace likes it bad, so be mean.
Okay. In the flailing and the blood around Eugene, you lose track of the monster. So
Oh,
you're swimming in, just with switchblade in hand, and suddenly dropped underneath the water. You pulled underneath after something pulls at your leg.
Mm-hmm.
Something small but powerful.
I try to scream, and I imagine all that comes out is
Accurate. Very accurate.
Prospero, you were going to do something? Was that?
Yeah, I was, and I guess I'll do it now. I would like to essentially play Moses a little bit and part the lake. So that way they're all now on dry land, essentially, while the lake's parted. So they wouldn't have to be underwater to do all this. And drowning. So yeah, I'm going to try and use some magic. See how it goes. I don't have any pluses to this. None of my stuff helps with this. So yeah, we're just going to go straight up use magic. Weird by default. No pluses. 7.
Okay. So a mixed success. So describe what happens in the mixed success, and what's the ramifications of that?
Sure. So I'm going to say that the mixed success is I can choose the effect and I choose a glitch. So the effect is unfortunately, because it's so vague, I can't think of a better one to do here. Do one thing that is beyond normal human limitation. I'm going to part the lake so there is dry land that these people are now on. I will say that it does have a problematic side effect, and if you'll let me, I have an idea for it. Of the old man is floating pretty high above this relatively deep lake.
No.
I like something else. The water has to go somewhere.
That's true. It does have to go somewhere.
And you're on dry land. You're trying to remove the water off the lake.
Mm-hmm.
You've now got a lake, which you're in. They're in the dry land.
Hey, as long as them and the monsters are on the dry land and I'm in the lake, I think I'm fine. I can swim.
The water rushes out of the lake at speed. Shadow and Shadow Smoke is going to have to swim. The cars are going to get wet.
It's a rental.
All the other boats on the lake start just dropping. Unky Marv is now doing like angel wings in the mud. But you can see, well, the others except for Prospero now can see this 2-foot like monstrosity trying to like clawing and is essentially like flailing with Trace now in the mud. It's covered in like it looks like it's made up of silt and of weeds and things like that, and just like it looks like it's made up of plant matter, but you can see that glowing eyes, and you see it's not panicking that it's out of the water. It seems like it can also breathe out of the water.
So there's only the one creature, though.
But there's only one. Oh, and there's fish just flopping around everywhere.
Yeah, so this thing's got like a spear in it and is now like clawing at Tracy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can I know my harpoon thing has like the rope attached to it. Can I like run around, grab that end rope, and then try and tie up the creature to hinder its movements?
I will give you this. I will give you an extra damage if you just pull out the harpoon. It is a harpoon.
Yeah, I kind of want to contain it. I think Brianna's thing right now is that she wants to capture the creature and be like, what is this?
Capture instead of kill. Oh,
yeah.
Capture and release. Well, maybe not release, but we'll see. So how are you trying to wrap it up? And I was going to ask Dr. Oblong what you're doing, but we'll... I think Chibi's got the spotlight here instead.
Yeah, because it's like tangling with Trace at the moment. Like she's got the rope that goes from the harpoon that's into it, that she's got the free end of. As it's like reaching out to claw, she's going to try and whip the rope around the arm and then tug it around behind it to then loop it around the other arm and like hog tie it from behind. I
will say this, because you're now on mud, you're going to have a -1 to all your actions here.
Okay.
Like anything physical, you're going to have -1.
That's all right. I imagine I would have had -1 if I was in water anyway, because swimming and trying to do swift actions would also be horrible. So, yeah.
It's all right. I'm going to help out and throw mud in its eyes.
We'll do the help out.
Yep. Because I'll just use my power of the heart again, thanks, and give her a +1.
So I'll technically have +2 because of my Occam's broadsword thing, giving me a +1 moving forward with the creature.
Yeah, but a -1 for the mud.
So what am I rolling? Is this like an act under pressure, or is this still kicking some? It's not necessarily kicking ass. I'm not trying to hurt it.
Yeah, acting under pressure. Or...
I think it is going to be kicking us because, like, the ramifications is it will hurt you back.
Okay.
But she's not trying to deal damage to it, and that's what kicking ass does. Kicking ass deals damage.
Okay. So act under pressure. I accept that. Yep.
Okay. Let's act under pressure. And that will be a 2 going forward. Success!
A hard success at that.
On a 10 plus, you do what you set out to do.
Mm-hmm.
I hog tie it.
You hog tie it with your harpoon and rope.
The harpoon is in it. Rope is looped around one arm. Drag it around behind. Loop the excess rope around the other arm. Tug it back. So its arms are now behind its back.
Okay. Tug its hands behind its back. It's flailing in the mud. It's trying to struggle. It's quite strong for its size, and it doesn't seem to speak, but it's almost snarling at you. And it's got mud in its eyes, apparently. What else was happening? What's Prospero doing in the water? In the sudden flood.
So I think in a turn that he was not quite expecting, most of his magic does require him to say incantations or do gestures, which is hard to do underwater. So I think he's actually just trying to swim up to the top of the lake that he's now in.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess
acting under pressure.
Act under pressure. Okay. No forwards. Oh no! Turns out Prospero can't swim.
Oh no!
All those swimming lessons, he was just hitting on the instructor.
Yeah. That's about right, isn't it? Yep.
That sounds right.
Let's see. I'm tempted of doing something nasty, but I won't. Okay. So as you're struggling and sweeping off, you try to grab onto your car, like in the wave that's pushing you away, the initial wave pushing you away, and as you swim up to the surface, you do make it. You have had those swim lessons, you do make it, but your car starts moving and starts tumbling in the water, and even those batteries on the bottom are not enough to weigh it down because again Tesla, it just starts floating down.
Need a real engine in that car.
Good thing this is a rental.
Betsy's still stuck to the ground, but nothing's moving Betsy. Just a few more rust stains.
Now, with all the rust, the water flows through Betsy instead of picking it up. That's the key. The holes in the car.
The
Trace, what are
Swiss
you up
cheese
to?
effect.
What is Trace up to? So this monster is hog-tied, right?
Hog-tied,
Like it's
run for me.
incapacitated.
Yes. You're in the mud,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah. Can I kick it in the nuts?
Go for it.
Is that kick some ass?
If you want.
Close.
So I don't even take the -1 for being in the mud because you got a +1 for being... How can you miss?
I don't know. I guess I just like I slip in the mud and I just like fall on my ass and I do not kick this monster in the nuts. Yeah, I whiff it. It's in the mud.
I will say this: as you're kicking, you do actually end up kicking it. As you do fall over in the mud, you end up kicking it and dealing 1 harm. And by that, I am taking away what you want, and you kill it.
You kick it in the spear.
You kick it.
Yeah, you
kick it
kick
up.
the spearhead into its like head. It's like
That's even better. Yes.
It happens to just cut an artery. Like
That's
Oh,
what I was trying to
shit.
attempt to, like, if you could pull it out. Just 1 harm. That's just no. But yes, you in your accidental kicking, you hit the spear in Seven's nuts, and you fall back into the mud, but the creature goes limp in and falls back in its bundle of rope, motionless.
I think Stacy owes us all an apology. This is all her fault.
Wasn't Stacy in the Tesla?
No.
Yeah.
no.
Betsy.
Oh, she's in
okay.
the she's in Betsy. Yeah.
Nice try.
It was, yeah. I tried. Yeah.
So Unky Marv, after making mud angels and throwing mud around, runs over to Eugene, like slings him over his back, and then just starts running out of the lake to get him to safety. Unky Marv's concern is always about getting people out to safety. And I assume the lake's going to return to where it was at some point, so we want to get out of where we are at the moment.
Who's to say?
That was coming.
So yeah.
So where are you getting to safety? Where are you going?
Because dry land is now lake.
Yeah.
And that's going to come back to the lake.
Yeah, so he's going to Betsy. The only sure thing in this place.
What else is? What's Brianna doing? Like the monster you captured
He's now dead.
is now dead, wrapped up.
Bring
is
him
now
with
dead.
us.
I am going to try and haul it out because it's like WTF.
It's a small creature.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a small creature. Like she was like, oh, it's like child-sized.
Maybe she should look at it while she's running and investigate a mystery.
I think I'll leave investigating until we're in a safer spot.
Oh damn! Because that gave me a really good response to if you failed it.
So yeah,
It
no,
wasn't dead.
Her focus will probably be
The water.
Oh, that
trying
too.
to get the creature up towards the pier, if possible, somehow.
He's
If
broken.
Do the piers all of it, or was only some of it?
At the end of the pier, mostly.
Okay, so like a bit closer to land. I don't. She would just try to get there. Sometimes piers have that, that ladder that kind of goes down. If
There's
she
also a
can,
boat ramp as well, a little bit further.
Oh,
in.
okay, yeah. So she'll try to do that because the way she figures it in her head is the pier is the only thing that stays above the water when it comes back. So she figures that'll be the safe place to be.
Right. Okay.
Prospero, don't mess this up.
Prospero?
I'm in the middle of a lake on a car that is tumbling away, apparently.
Yes, but
So I'm just
the car's tumbling. You got above. You got to the top.
So
you got to the surface.
okay. My misunderstanding.
I gave you what you wanted, but I took something away.
My rental car. Oh no.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Listen, once again, I have the power of money. It's fine. So yeah, I guess I like tread the water. Yeah. How many can we destroy before the end of this entire series? We'll find out. So yeah, I guess I'm above the water as the water starts slowly rolling back into the lake proper.
You can see in the distance the fisherman like in the middle, like just stuck there over this big hole in the ground.
Yeah, well, I'll wait till the water's back and then I'll dispel the thing and he can swim. He's a fisherman. If he can't, then why is he on the water? But anyway, so yeah. So I like tread the water in order to like be at the edge of it. So when it like all comes back in, I'm like just standing kind of like knee deep in the water. And I like walk out of it. I'm just like, unpleasant. That's why I don't swim. And I guess I see all these people walk up with an unconscious Eugene and this weird creature.
Covered in mud.
You see a family off in the distance, their campfire is like he's just like soaked, they're all soaked. Their tents are up in the trees. And they're just like,
What a weird freak of nature that just happened. How could that have ever occurred? Life here is sure interesting. Here in prosperity, the weather sometimes gets a little weird. Localized hurricanes and all that.
The camp in the distance, anyone want to describe that one? Because you did say there's a camp. The summer camp.
Oh yeah, no, once again,
just winter. It's winter, so that the kids aren't going to be there.
Yeah, you forgot we were in the middle of like fall, early winter. So yeah, no, that camp's not open right now. I mean, they'll have to do some repairs, but yeah, they'll be fine.
The tire swings aren't there anymore.
They're just kind of wrapped up on the like limb it was tied up on. Yeah. So yeah, Prospero's just kind of like, this is unfortunate. And I guess so. I see Trace coming out of the water covered in mud.
Mm-hmm. Like head to toe.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna try and do something here, and I kind of hope I fail for the humor point of this, but I don't think I will. I'm gonna try and use magic to like so before anyone else can see her, like no one else is paying attention, clean her off, just so she's not covered in mud.
Mm-hmm. I can see where this is fucking going.
This can't go wrong.
Yeah,
yeah, no, this. Hey,
in
look,
front
man.
of the children, Prospero.
Listen, you already like stripped naked once this game, like so. What, who cares?
Twice. It's actually been twice.
I only remember one. So okay, if there's two, there's two.
Eugene remembers them both.
Good for Eugene. All right. Anyway, time for magic. Use magic. Where are you? Submit. No forwards. Mixed success.
the mud's got to go somewhere.
Yeah, I'll cover myself in mud. That's fine.
Can I ever rule that?
Sure. Where do you want the mud to go?
Eugene.
Yeah, that's fine. That's perfect. That's even better. Excellent.
Trace actually looks like a little bit disappointed that I didn't like strip her clothes off. Like she's like actually like, come on, like they're Stacy's anyway. Like what?
Well, yeah. Now you ruined her clothes by being in the water. I didn't dry them. I just got the mud off.
I actually could have thrown it at Stacy's, but
well, she's in the car. That would have been hard to do.
A bit harder.
Important question. Were you wearing a white t-shirt that is now wet?
Oh, obviously I was wearing a white t-shirt that's now wet. Like
there is no other solution.
And
practically omniscient.
Unky Mob says, unless this is healing mud, I think Eugene needs more than this. Like, seriously, man. Save your friend.
Bring him over here.
Just putting R18 on the channel title. I've totally forgot about that one.
Yeah, we totally forgot. We totally forgot our disclaimer at the start of the show.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Just a disclaimer. Adult content, drug references, more adult content. Just a heads up.
This is why we didn't play teenagers. This right here.
Yes.
All right, so first thing I'm going to do is remove my Tesla Model X from my other gear tab. That's gone. And now I'm going to use magic with This Might Sting. I can use magic to heal 3 harm. I don't know how much he's missing because he isn't here to tell me. Is he missing 3 or more?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Then this is a good choice. Yeah, cool. This Might Sting. I can use magic to heal 3 harm, but it is going to be exceptionally painful, which seems to be matching with what everything else is happening. Well, this one I might fail, which would be funny. I'm joking. It's still use magic. I still have a +2 to this, so you never know. Oh no! Yeah. So there is no glitch. He does get healed. There is no glitch. He does have a nasty scar now, though. I'll leave that up to Karsh to determine where that is and what that looks like.
It'd be around the legs, but yes.
Okay.
So it's not like a face scar that would be like sexier. It's like somewhere you wouldn't really see.
Now in the future, he'll be like, "Hey Trace, did you see the scar on my leg?" And then he can like take off his pants to show you. So it's fine.
That scar I got when I failed at saving your life.
I will, if I may, just to make this even more embarrassing for the person who isn't here. I assume, like, to get to the injury, I had to like completely remove the pants. He's wearing some sort of embarrassing underwear. It's there. Leave it up to your imagination.
It's like pink hearts that say "mom" in the middle. Like, it's just like the worst thing.
Yeah. They're also not like boxers. They're like, briefs. So they're like even worse.
Oh.
Lovely Howln. By the way, Howln might be back in about an hour, so might be back at our break. But either way,
But yeah, so he heals 3. He's not dying anymore.
Okay, healing 3.
All right. I'm going to help out Bree in identifying what this creature is, huh?
Yeah, she's just she's gotten it down on the pier, and she's at least removed the harpoon from it, but it's still kind of tied up and wrapped just in case, it does one of those zombie things and tries to come back.
The lake returning washed off the mud, so that helps a little bit.
But yeah, she'd like to investigate whether it be like, trying to peel back some of the layers to see is it just literally made up of like reeds and silt and stuff, or is there something beneath?
How are you investigating? Like, what tools describe your investigation?
I mean, if you're saying they're reeds and stuff, I imagine she's just using her hands to kind of try to peel layers back.
It feels like as she's trying to peel, like it looks like the reeds and like the it's almost plant matter. Seems to be like almost attached to this, like a skin underneath, like a coating of plant matter.
Don't go giving us too much free stuff.
I know. I've got to.
You got to stop that.
Got to stop that
because we got to make the roll first. Yeah.
I'm so used to it. Thank you for picking that up.
All right. So investigating mystery, and was Uncle Mark helping?
Yeah, I'm going to try and help out, huh?
How though?
I'm going to go and grab Eugene's laptop and start searching the internet with obviously with Bree's help of where to go. But surely he's going to have like tabs open on like weird forums and stuff like that, So here we go. Here's the help out. No forward. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, let's go, Unky Marv. So you get a +1 on that.
Okay. And all right, so I'll roll investigate mystery. And I've got a 2 on that one. Oh, wait, no. I did that wrong. That part was 2. Okay.
Me too. Let's go.
Hey, 12.
Okay.
Hold two
So,
questions.
I've kind of answered one. Because you did kind of ask me about the skin. Like if the reeds are part of it. So I kind of answered one.
So sorry, did you say there was like skin underneath the reeds?
Yeah, it seems to be like
Or-
attached to it, like almost like a coat, as in like a coat of fur, but this is a coat of reeds and almost plant matter. But it looks like it doesn't look like it'd fit in this environment as much. More like marshlands or swamp.
Okay. So did you want me to only ask one question then?
So
or
one
do you want me-
question, yeah.
One question. Okay. I'm just looking at the list of questions going, what was it going to do? Obviously, it was going to eat someone. So with the, again, just because of the way of this game, so it's like, what sort of creature is it? That would give further details, I'm guessing.
You can ask the
than what we've
question.
got. Yeah, like what sort of creature is it? I'm just trying to determine, like, I just don't understand whether or not my previous thing determined that already or not.
Well, it looks to be like as you're inspecting, like it looks like a martial, like, or maybe a swamp creature rather than something to this pristine clear lake, in this perfect environment, because of course everything is perfect in prosperity. So it doesn't seem to be natural to here, but as you're looking at it closely, like there's something distinctively off about it, like really off.
Yeah, it tried to kill our friends. We know that.
Like, not just that, but like the claws weren't really made up of like chitinous material, or like there's something. It's not quite right. It really. Well, I don't know exactly what it is, but there's. It doesn't seem to be like doesn't seem to be like normal for what it is.
So
It's not an. It doesn't seem to be a natural monster
Yes.
sort of thing.
So
It's kind of what
okay,
I'm hinting
so
at.
my brain is kind of going in that Eugene first got the call, and it was about missing pets.
It was a missing dog.
A missing dog. So looking at those claws, do they look like dog claws? Since I have smoke for comparison and know sort of what dog claws look like, does it look like these were stitched on to create a chimera type creature?
As a free answer to that, because you've already used your two questions, does not look like dog claws. And I'll also
Not
give
dog
you
claws.
this. Also, this creature doesn't look like it'd travel all the way to the city, or to. It's not still far to like where the memorial park is, but that's a long way for something that, while it seemed okay outside of the water, there's a fair distance to walk, and someone probably would have noticed it.
Is it a line for anybody like harm to pets? Before I go
Sorry?
further, or like animals?
It's a very small creature. Like it's I'm saying 2 foot.
Okay, so it's not like
But what
it
you
didn't
saw,
like
what you saw on the
chomp
video,
dog.
what you saw in the video was maybe 1 foot blur.
Okay. Just making sure that wasn't maybe what happened. Okay.
What you saw in the video was
Unless it's
like
growing.
only
or-
about 1 foot.
Should I be
Entering
getting-
like we still have the laptop out, right? Like we're still
Yeah.
have the laptop out.
That's why I'm giving
Like,
you the blur.
Yeah. Entering these characteristics online, does anything like pop up? Like something like in mythology, pop culture, or anything?
Do a roll.
Swamp monster.
Okay, yeah. Is this the creature from the Black Lagoon?
Unky Marv closes his cookie clicker tab and hands it back to you.
All right. So investigate a mystery. We'll see how it goes. Nope. Another experience though.
Yeah, someone's leveling up today.
Hey, one more and I'll get another level. I just need one more.
For those unfamiliar to the system as well, every time they fail a roll, which they do a lot, they get an experience point. If you want to help them getting even more experience points, every donation that you do or gives the person you nominate an experience point. If you subscribe, it gives everybody a experience point. And if you gift subscribe, you give everybody 2 experience points. It only takes 7 to level up and get new things.
5.
So 5? Okay. It only takes
only
5 to get new things in this game. So we're powering through. This was only supposed to be a temp game, but hey, we're still using it because it's fun to be able to play interesting characters, but really not optimized. But either way, so I think that you just like crashed the computer.
Oh yeah, no, my hands are still wet, so I fried the
Yeah.
computer. It's fried. It's gone.
Yeah.
Okay. So Trace has seen like the computer get fried, everybody kind of like fumbling around. And she's just like, okay, all right, I'll get my hands fucking dirty, I guess, then. And she just will start like digging through like not its torso, but through like all of this like seaweed
The
and
reeds
shit.
and stuff.
Yeah, like the reeds and just like going like elbow deep. Can I use investigate phenomena?
Okay.
Okay. Which I guess is just like slightly different questions than like investigate a mystery. Come on!
You're doing
It could
great.
be worse. It could be worse. Okay. Fuck me, I guess.
As you're doing this with everyone crowded around,
I'm glad Eugene didn't hear that. He's still passed out.
Yeah. with everyone crowded around, the dock creaks,
God.
and you step back, and the body flops into the water.
It's a
Can I
success.
dive for the rope? Oh wait, no,
It's
the
a
rope
big
is
Oh, wait,
tied
success.
I'm
around
sorry,
it.
it's a success. I saw
Yeah,
I saw the one and
You're,
the 4.
you're looking at mine,
I'm looking at
that
the
was a
wrong one.
failure.
Yeah,
and we destroyed the laptop. So
Yeah,
we,
so-
that's what happened.
mixed success. Okay.
So I think it's just one question, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. So my question is
looking the wrong one.
how far does this effect reach? Like, does it literally seem like it is just this monster, or is like there other weird shit that I can see, like from my standpoint, like the lake, like anything beyond this one fucking weird creature?
This you get the impression that this is just a small part of something else.
Yeah, so guys, I say as I withdraw my hands from its reedy chest cavity. Yeah, so I think this is like a tiny part of like what we're facing. Like the vibe that I'm getting from this monster and from this hellmouth piece of shit town is that maybe shit is fucked and there's bad stuff happening.
Seems about right.
Don't know how much
well,
you
you're-
sounded like Stace just then with the whole vibe thing.
Oh god damn it. Just throw me back in the lake and let me fucking drown.
Maybe wearing her clothes is affecting you.
Now I'll say the dock starts creaking and grinding and groaning.
Okay, let's move.
Yep. Let's get off the dock.
Is there like somewhere, I don't know, like safe we can go? Like somebody's apartment or something?
Oh,
Uncle Marv, is
oh.
One Tree Hill currently like free?
Yo, well, my trailer's on the other side of the lake at the trailer park.
I mean, we've just established that the camp is closed at the moment. There'll be no one there.
all the cabins will be horribly ruined. But yeah, that's true.
Who knows? One at the very end could have been safe.
I suppose we can find out.
The name of this camp is actually the very last cabin at this camp is always Pristine Camp. It's the name of the camp.
I hope people are writing notes. I'm just like, yeah.
I'm not writing that one down. That's on
No.
Trace. Trace can do that one.
So
Keep my hands out of it.
the town notes, the blue page. Everyone's got GM access. You can write notes on that one. But either way, so you make your way to the camp. The currently unused camp because it's winter time. There's nobody there. It's almost as if like there's been a heavy rain come through recently. Almost a storm.
Those localized storms.
Yeah, I know.
They're a bastard.
Like those was it localized flooding?
It's all right. They usually build like, the communal hall a bit further from the water, so it stays in case of flooding. It's usually safe.
Mm-hmm.
So we can go to the communal hall.
The boathouse with all the canoes is now open, and you see the canoes starting to float out.
Also, if it is fall winter time and Eugene was in the water, anybody who's in the water probably needs to get dry like 30 minutes ago.
Can't imagine why.
Yeah, no clue how that happened, Prospero.
Hey, listen, I only got myself wet. The rest of you jumped into the lake. I'm not responsible for that. I'm responsible for myself.
So what's the plan to get dry?
It's a camp. They'll have a shower block. They probably have a linen closet.
That probably
That
wouldn't be
has,
filled
like-
when camp isn't in session. Like, camps don't keep things stocked like that.
Could we
No.
roll
Camps
luck?
work.
Yeah, we don't know that. We don't have summer camps.
Yeah, we don't.
Could
Oh,
we roll
well,
like
I-
luck?
BYO.
No, like basic. So for those of you who don't live in America, or maybe never went to summer camp, or any camp for that matter, camps are usually only stocked for the season they're in session, because oftentimes they'll have to clear out, because sometimes a campsite can be used for multiple things, such of that nature. So usually they're like, the buildings are permanent, but the things inside of them are usually removed and like taken to be cleaned or returned if they have extra stuff at the end of a season.
Because of looters.
Okay.
Mostly,
And-
yes. Like,
Trace.
Yeah, I mean that's totally fair. I mean, can we just say that there's stuff there, or is there some kind of rule that we can make, and then we can always
In the town
spend
of
How
that?
lucky are you?
Because of the funding of the Prospero family, the camp is always kept, well stocked just in cases. I don't know.
oh no, we actually fought against having this camp in town. We didn't want this here. This is no. Why would we want to give things to children? That'd be bad.
Oh, other children.
Yeah,
Well,
other children.
We could say there's stuff there. It's just behind a locked door.
Yeah, it could be stuff's there
Mhm.
behind the locked door. Also, like if this is a campsite that has cabins, they'd also have a kitchen, which you could theory
Yeah.
like just turn on a
Mhm.
burner and like heat stuff up. Like that would still be on.
And,
So-
like,
so
they
there
have
is
shower
options.
blocks. Yeah. So we can take warm showers. We just have to see if we can find any towels to use to dry off. Otherwise, we'll just wrap ourselves in shower curtains or something. I don't know.
And lost property camp clothes that don't fit us because they're all for small children.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's great.
Can I try to pick the lock? I mean, we could probably just break it.
I
but-
think we can
like-
montage this.
Okay.
So, you've gotten warm. You found clothing. You've gotten warm. You're in the kitchen area. You've hot wired the stoves to cook water to warm up the area, and you're in little like cardigans and like kids' clothes on lost property, which are always the worst of the clothing as well. There was a couple of blankets there, but they look like the rats had gone to them, so you didn't do that. But you're there sitting around like the stoves in the kitchens where there's no food, and we're just like, what the hell happened? But you're warm.
I've thrown the creature onto like the table, sort of like splayed out.
I thought the creature fell in the lake.
No,
Did it?
that was
Oh, that's
that was
right.
the-
That's right.
That was the roll which I thought was a 5, but no, I thought it was the miss.
Right.
I was totally going to take it away from you.
And I've like now taken back my harpoon and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not tied up anymore, and it's just splayed out.
So I remember seeing the footage. The creature was not this big, like just a day ago. So it got much bigger in that span.
Unless there are more of them. And this isn't like a teenager, and the one that you saw in the video was like a baby.
Could be, but
Especially if Trace thinks that this is just the tip of the iceberg.
But wouldn't the rest of them have been in the lake? That's the only large body of water around here, and that they seem to be aquatic. Or semi-aquatic, anyway.
But it could like breathe, right? Like outside of the water. So like, what are the chances
like a
that
frog?
that's like an amphibian?
Yeah.
So like, what's stopping our little like seaweed reed friends from like, I don't know, not blending in, but like finding somewhere else in town? This town's so fucking weird.
Do we need to visit the newscaster's like swimming pool again to see if it's taking lodging in people's swimming pools?
I think Eugene has like a restraining order now on him about that. He was telling me something happened because of that. I don't remember what.
But just saying, because swimming pools, it's currently autumn, winter, so it's too cold to use them. People usually have the covers on them. And isn't it like I don't know? I've never had a swimming pool, so I don't know. Do they normally like create algae and stuff, and then you have to clean it when you reopen it for summer? So things could be growing under there.
It could, but they're also usually chemically treated. The lake is mostly fresh water. It's not really chemically treated. So if these creatures can survive like chlorine in the water, potentially, but obviously we don't know what this thing is.
Natural to you?
Well, no, but
it does.
They said it didn't. Like it wasn't. It was an unnatural phenomenon.
It's an unnatural phenomenon.
It looks like it's natural,
mm-hmm.
but yet they're feeling that it's not. As in, yet feeling that it's not a natural monster. There's something.
I think this was created. I think this is someone is doing something somewhere, and they're creating this thing, and that means there's more of them.
Well,
and
in
maybe
that
they're
case,
feeding them pets. Smoke.
Oh.
Also, how does Smoke do in the water? Because Smoke was on dry land when I caused the lake to go like that.
Dogs swim, and he's a wild hot dog. He'll
Doggy paddle.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Dog. Like he's not a real dog. He looks like one, but he's a fey dog.
Well, listen, I'm not going to get into fairy politics right now. Unseelie, Sealy, they're all a pain in the ass to deal with. Don't worry about it.
I think there's only one place that they could be hiding. If, not the lake, where all the reeds are. Maybe
the
Reed.
Old water tower?
What about Reed Street? That whole street's Reed. No.
I understand what you're getting at, but I don't. If this isn't, I understand the point you're making. I don't think that would be it, though. I mean, we could certainly try. I don't have a better lead myself, so I'm willing to drive down the street, see if. Well, is your car still working, Marvin? Trace, I think you're muted if you were talking.
Oh, Trace just says, "Oh, old Betsy never breaks down, right, Uncle Marv?"
That's right. She's as reliable as something.
Right.
You did say the camp bus there.
Oh, there's a bus.
The minivan bus.
Oh yeah, it's one of those little short buses.
Yeah.
We are the special people.
Wasn't gonna go with that. I knew that joke was floating in the air, but I wasn't gonna make it. I've already made my horrible joke today. But yeah, we could certainly take the bus.
Well, Betsy's running it, and Unky Marv wants to get at least the two unconscious people to safety.
Yeah, let's get them out of here. In the meantime, a thought occurred. We only checked the cameras in the park. We never checked the cameras around the park to see if maybe the creature came from the lake. Maybe it came from somewhere else and then got to the lake. So we should also check the cameras around the park.
We might need a laptop for that.
You can get one I can get one online, delivered in a day. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Don't you need a laptop to go online?
No. There's the library.
And like Uncle Marv,
no,
like,
our cell phones are
now?
ruined. They were in the water. They don't work.
Oh,
we need
I
rice.
totally jumped into the water.
I was about to say, like, starts opening pantry things. Like, is there like a bag of rice?
No, they would have thrown it out because then rats would get into it. Summer camps.
You open a pantry, and you're face to face with a raccoon who's just staring at you.
Slam it shut. There's nothing here.
Well, that's this Ratty the raccoon, the local raccoon who lives in this camp.
He's the mascot.
He is the mascot from a long line of Ratty raccoon mascots.
They've been trying to catch him for years, and they just can't nail him down.
It's a wily raccoon.
In a pantry closet now, but okay, sure.
Oh, he'll get out of that just fine.
Raccoon bites are like a sort of a mark of, a well-spent camp.
Feel that's a lawsuit waiting to happen, but sure.
That and a broken arm or an arrow to a part of the body. It's all good.
Food poisoning from the cafeteria because they didn't cook things right. All camp traditions we know and love. But yeah, no, we can go to the library or my home where I have a desktop computer. Either one would work.
Do you
reckon
also
my cookies are still in there?
As in for I've never played Cookie Clicker. I don't know if it saves locally or it saves on the cloud. I don't know, to be quite honest. We can check when we're there.
It's just I got a lot. I'm hoping for a big payout.
Do you think you make money from Cookie Clicker?
No, you make cookies.
Oh, okay. I'm just making sure. It sounded like a big payout implies that you were going to get paid for playing Cookie Clicker.
Yeah,
I
and
wouldn't be
cookies.
surprised if Uncle Marv managed to find one that did actually pay out.
Some sort of Bitcoin mining scheme.
Yeah.
Uncle Marv, if you need some cookies, I'll whip something up for you tonight, okay?
Oh,
Something special.
Those cookies.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I'm gonna go take that bus now. I don't know if anyone wants to come with me.
I'm gonna go take these kids to, I suppose, Eugene's apartment. Meet you at the park.
Yeah, sure. I'll order the laptop tonight, and we can all meet at the park tomorrow and start canvassing.
Okay. So we smash cut with. What time are you meeting back the next day?
I assume sometime.
It sounds like we're taking a day.
We're taking whatever is left of the day because
Yes.
we were also staking out the lake for a little bit there, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're taking the evening / night. I would assume late morning, given Trace and Uncle Marvin's proclivities.
Oh, that's a
So,
safe bet.
So 11.
So like kind of early.
Yeah.
Still early for certain people.
So early that you can still taste the toothpaste.
Toothpaste cookies. Ugh.
So meeting back up at the memorial park, in pretty much the center of town, near the hospital, near bits and pieces, near the mayor's office, who's just a puppet anyway because everyone knows who runs the town. He's not the mayor. It's the Prospero family because they have the money. Of which they also have a Mountain Rushmore style.
Yes, our
heads
horrible
Fountain.
monument in the middle of Memorial Park.
Yeah. So back at the Memorial Park, you all meet up again. Well, whoever's here, meet up again. New laptop in tow. New rental car, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, it's a different Tesla than the last two. I don't know.
It's a different color.
I knew.
Same model.
Yeah. Sure, why not?
It won't last, I hope.
No, not at all.
Are you losing one every session? Is that what's
No,
happening?
but I'll make it up, I'm sure.
It's
I think that's
getting
the
there.
goal.
We've lost 2 out of 4 sessions, so once every other session.
Okay,
So,
yeah.
one of those episodes is going to be a demolition derby. Just heads up. Okay.
All Teslas, though. They're all Teslas in the demolition derby.
It's an electrical demolition derby. So you rock up at the park, and just as like who comes up? I'm assuming that Uncle Marv and Trace turns up late or later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So as you rock up, where Brianna and Prospero are there, they're a little bit on time, and as Uncle Marv and Trace turn up, you hear a kid scream.
I run towards the scream.
Wait,
Run.
hold on. Because of course.
That's an old sounding kid.
So you hear a kid scream in the distance, not too far, but in the distance. So Brianna runs towards the kid with, I'm assuming, smoke.
Yep.
What about Prospero?
Does this scream happen as Trace and Uncle Marvin
Yes.
are arriving, or?
I
wait to make.
car.
Yeah, I make knowingly eye contact with like Trace and's like, okay, we're gonna go this way now to see what that scream was, and then I start heading that direction.
I turn to Uncle Marv and I say, I know we did a lot of stuff last night, and I might still be like hallucinating, but like, did you just hear a scream? Because I just heard a scream.
That was the music, right? I mean, we're listening to the best 80s glam metal you'll ever hear. Like, it's perfect pitched squeals, like, woo, yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, of course. Sorry, Uncle Marv. I guess I'm just like paranoid or something. And like, if it is a kid in like danger and screaming, like, I'm sure Prospero.
Yeah, no, look. We'll just have a look around and I'm going to read a bad situation before running headfirst into it, like the other two.
Okay. How are you reading a bad situation?
He doesn't is the answer.
Not the sharpest tool in the shed, so yeah. You tell me how I read this bad situation.
Well, how are you doing it? Kind of.
Well, I was just gonna look over in the direction of the screen where these two were running and see if I could just see anything before running over there like an idiot into danger.
That's okay. There's no problem at all. As in, you don't think it's a bad situation at all? There's nothing urgent.
Cool. I stay in Betsy listening to my glam.
Yeah, Trace is just bopping with Uncle Marv in the car. Like, we're just like fucking rocking out.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, everything's great in the town of Prosperity. What the fuck are you talking about?
Okay. So, while you're walking out to the van, walking out in Betsy, a van pulls up in front of you.
Oh.
I will go to the others. Running through the park, Brianna, with smoke, gets to the bike track behind the park that crisscrosses throughout the town. You see a kid, not old enough to be influenced by Trace, but maybe 10 or 12. Don't look at me like that.
I have no right. I shouldn't. I have no right.
Maybe 20, maybe 10 or 12, on the ground, looks like scraped knee, bike on its side, and looks like the front of the bike is like the front tire rim is bent. The kid is just like in pain and just like screaming, and that's like the certainly where the scream came from.
would like to read a bad situation, if possible.
Okay. Like, I'm just looking at all these 4s and 5s, and yeah, people are going up levels, that's for sure.
It's all a ploy. We're gonna fail this one just so we can ace all the others.
They're just wanting to level up the entire. So,
Alright.
what would you like to ask?
Are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
Yes, there is.
Prospero, keep a lookout. There's something else.
Head is on a swivel.
As Prospero turns up, it's like, Prospero, watch out! Like, kids on the ground screaming. Like just gets themselves up. Like, did you see that? Was that your dog?
My dog's right here. You saw a dog?
Something came out and just knocked me off my bike. And looking back, looking on the bike, it's like the front wheel is just bent. The frame of the wheel is bent from whatever it hit. It just came out of the bush from one side and knocked me off the bike. And now I have to carry this all the way home.
You can walk, right? It's not too bad a scrape, is it? And she's just gonna approach slowly, just like, yeah, she'll approach a bit more slowly and cautiously, but she is checking on the child to make sure there's no other major injuries. It really is just a scraped knee and he can move.
Yeah, it's a scraped knee. You don't even have to roll. It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Although if you want to roll.
Do you want to try and level up? Do you?
It's like, what am I rolling?
Maybe read a situation or investigate. Maybe
I can kind of prompt this if you want this. It's like I like whisper in your ear, like, hey, it could be that one of these creatures hit the bike. See if smoke can get a scent. You can follow it.
Okay, so would that be under? Oh, okay, so that would be investigative mystery. Like, where did it go?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's like I have to keep looking at everything to see what questions I want to ask and where it's hidden. All right, let's go.
Hey, 10.
Okay. So I guess I'd be asking, yeah, where did it go?
Into the bush.
So we have a direction now to follow.
Yes, away from the park.
And what can it do?
Move very fast.
Okay, and apparently the kid at least gave us some information about it being possibly dog-like in appearance, because that's what they instantly thought it was. So maybe some sort of four-legged creature. But yeah, Bray will try to help the kid get him kind of on his way, and just wheel it from the back wheel. At least that one's still working, and hopefully it's not too bad. And yeah, just basically get him to clear the scene.
Meanwhile, back in the car,
Unky Marv singing along to Devil Dog moves fast as lightning, Devil Dog moves fast as lightning, Devil Dog. Unknowingly, it's what's going on at the moment.
It doesn't sound like a lot of glam rock.
Sorry, I'm not doing falsetto.
I can do.
Trace starts air drumming on the dashboard, just completely unaware about what's happening outside the car, outside Betsy.
Right. So unaware of what's going outside, though, like the sign on the van that pulled up in front of you is pest eradication on the van that pulled up in front of you. And as you're rocking out to the song, you know those times where, I think the Australians will know this mostly, where you're driving along and say on the freeway going 100, 110 for America, maybe like 80 or 70 or something like that. And like you see a huntsman just go along the windscreen, but you don't know if it's the inside or the outside.
Mm-hmm.
In the car, inside Betsy, you're just rocking along, and you look up, and it's not a huntsman spider, but the huntsman spider's about that big. You see an ant on the windscreen, about that big,
That is a big.
about a foot, and it's one of those times where is that on the inside or the outside?
Unky Marv turns on the windscreen wipers.
Better than I was gonna do. I was just gonna fucking shoot it.
As the windscreen wipers go off, and you don't hear them because of the sound of the music, but you know it's just going to scrape and scrape. It stays there. Oh shit, that's on the inside. Trace?
Can I shoot it? I'm gonna kick some fucking ass. Yeah, no, I fucking whip out my like magic blessed fucking revolver and I try and fucking shoot this goddamn ant. Like I turn to Uncle Marv and like before I pull the trigger, I'm just like, it's gonna put a hole in Betsy. Is that okay?
Unky Marv just turns, like switches the music to gangster rap and just goes, yeah.
I sideways point my gun and I pull the trigger.
It's a kill shot. It's a kill shot.
Oh no.
No, it's not. It's a miss.
Oh no, I didn't do it with forward. I have I get oh no, it does more damage. Never mind. Yeah, no, I just the gun I guess just like
with forward. Can
No.
No, I have the Prospero blessed it before, but that just
could be pressing.
No, that does damage.
It could be
give me
blessed
forward.
for more accuracy. I can give you that if you want.
Well, no, we've done the blessing in the past. I didn't change it, so I think it's still just damage.
Yeah, as much as I would love to just like fucking blow this ant sky high, yeah, my gun just like the universe is like, oh shit, I can use luck.
Yeah,
I can use luck and
To shoot the big ants.
Hell yeah,
the 1 foot
I'm
ant.
Totally gonna use luck. Now remind me, do I re-roll or is it just automatic?
No, that's an automatic
success. Describe what happens.
Okay, yeah, like I turn to Uncle Marv, he like turns up the fucking music, like I think as we're like head banging or whatever, like I pull the trigger like on the fucking beat, it blows a hole through this ant, blows a hole through the fucking windscreen.
Windshield's gone.
It just like it a stiff breeze would have taken that off Betty anyway, or Betsy anyway. So yeah, I just like fucking blow this fucking ant sky high. I imagine we're like splashed with whatever like ant guts were there. And I'm gonna say on a 12 plus. Well, I assume it automatically is probably gonna. Well, I'll say just to like ensure that it probably dies. I'll inflict double the harm.
It splats
which is 4
and squashes everywhere, and like just. It's like bits go everywhere and just like goop goes everywhere. So even if like the windscreen wasn't shattered, it would be a horrible mess to even like to deal with. But it's all over your windscreen on the inside.
I high five Uncle Marv.
Yeah, I just like ball up.
Back in the bushes. On the bike track.
Yeah, so is this kid gone? Oh, yeah, I guess we do, don't we?
The kid scrapes himself off and just starts walking and just carrying the front handlebars to get the front wheel off the ground because it's not going to spin, and just starts walking back. Down
and then
the
hears
path.
a gunshot and starts running.
Yeah, well. He's walking the other direction away from the gunshot. But yes, the gunshot goes off from the other side of the park What do you do?
It's like, oh shit. I think that's where Trace and Uncle Marvin were. They might be in trouble. We should head over.
You quickly start heading over there. I'll see if I can catch a scent, then I'll catch up with you.
Sounds like a plan. And Prospero's gonna like dash over to where the gunshot was.
The car party.
Yeah. You hear Gangster Rock coming from Betsy. You see the windscreen on the bonnet with goop all over it, just like sludging out. You see in front of the car a pest control van in front of it. You see it, like the driver of that car. You know, you see a little bit of them. They seem to be hiding at the moment because they've just had a gunshot right behind them, and they're just hiding, just like not know what's going on. That's what welcomes you.
Sure. So I'm going to read a bad situation here, not because I think there's any extra dangers I don't know about, but to see if I read the situation as Trace and Uncle Marvin just did something stupid versus I think the people in the van are bad people. And I might do something to the people in the van. So, yeah, read a bad situation. Failure is me doing something to the people in the van. Yeah, cool. Yeah,
Valid.
sharp. Yep. Nope. Said Howln, is he here?
No, I said valid.
Valid.
Oh. I heard Howln. I was just like, I don't see him. I clicked it.
Here
Oh,
we
there
go.
we go. 5. Yeah, no. Hey, I level up. Yeah,
God.
And so many failed successes.
I'm one
It's
off.
fine. It's all fine here. Nothing
We fail
horrible.
forward.
Mm-hmm.
We fail forward to destroying this van because I assume they are the evil things here. All right. I mean, obviously, I'm going to use magic. I'm like, oh shit, Trace is in trouble. I don't care about Uncle Marvin at all. This is like, oh no, Trace is in trouble, and I just like, essentially like Jedi push this van into like a wall and like crumple it a little bit.
There's no real walls around. There's like you at a park. So there's no real
Oh, in that
walls.
case, I create like a little tornado underneath it. It lifts it up and then it drops it from like an unreasonably high height. Something that is very dangerous.
I was gonna say you could also go for like the sardine can, just slowly crumpling it from the top.
Yeah, there are many
There's so
options
many
for how I
ways.
can. There are so many ways to hurt innocent bystanders here. Which one shall we go with?
Pick one.
Yeah, I picked the tornado.
Okay.
Yeah, tornado, and it like
Unreasonably
spins
high
off.
height.
Reasonably high height, and they also get like flung forward, so they also have some more speed going down as well. So just all range of horrible things. Do you want me to roll for this?
Yeah.
Okay, use some magic. Cool. Well, we're doing that. +2. Let me see here. Do I have
This can
anything
fail.
to this?
And
It
your
can.
target can be changed.
Cool. Excellent. That's what I like to hear. 8. So it is going to succeed, but there is a glitch.
Oh no.
I mean, I assume there has to be a
Who wears
problematic side
seatbelts?
effect.
Who wears seatbelts in Betsy?
I'm not targeting them, though. I'm targeting...
It's still tornado. There's wind.
Oh, true, but there's a windshield. That's what it's there for. Has a
They
hole in
blew
it.
it out.
There's
windshield's
no
on the
windshield
bottom. I told you that.
anymore.
Oh, the windshield's gone. I thought it
Yeah.
was still there. Oh,
Cool.
Nope,
fun.
nope.
Cool.
I was also
Then,
picturing them getting pulled out of Betsy.
yeah, problematic side effect. The problematic side effect. It's still a tornado, and now there's
Yeah.
no windshield on the car. So,
Well, there was glass
There
on the hood, so that probably just blew back into our faces.
well, it's safety glass, so it wouldn't do much. It's fine.
This is Betsy, man. Did you think safety
It's old
glass was
school.
around back
Safety
then?
glass back then.
Fair. You are correct. How could I ever forget that Betsy is a death trap waiting to happen for everyone involved? So while you deal with the fallout of this, I'm going to decide how I level up. You've enjoyed this.
Well,
Fun.
as the pest control van gets thrown down the road and then dropped, the windscreen starts spinning and gets moved about, and then suddenly it flings back into Betsy. Do you want to face danger for those inside Betsy?
I assume we're taking harm
You're
here.
going to, unless you face danger or luck it out.
Yeah. I mean, I'm always down for a good time. I'm into
Yeah.
danger, so
Like-
let's go.
Unky Marv gets beaten up all the time. Like, bring the harm.
Oh, I already know exactly what I'm taking for my level up. I'm going to take Not My Fault. I have +1 to act under pressure when you're dealing with the consequences of your own magic.
Incredible.
But can't you? But I'm sure you can face danger to avoid harm. Is what I'm saying.
Oh
Is that
yeah,
right?
you can face danger to avoid harm.
Yeah.
Do you want me to do that? Am I in?
No,
am I?
You're the cause.
Okay, yeah.
You're the cause. You don't know. You can't. So those inside, you can either take the harm or face danger or spend luck to avoid the harm. Is
How
what
do you
I'm saying.
face- what's
Yeah, let's face danger.
So what is
Come on,
it?
see
Yeah.
it on the
Yeah.
list.
Hell yeah.
It's where is it? I'm sure it's there.
Yeah, it's. Actually. Huh?
What?
No, there is no there is no face danger.
You just take
At least
it.
not on the.
No.
Yeah, it's either you take it or I think you use luck
Luck
to
it out,
avoid
yeah.
it. I think this
Okay.
game doesn't have a face danger
I thought there was one.
because you are
I'm
because
used
you
to
are fighting
city.
monsters. So
Yeah, I'm used to city miss. So, so you either can spend your luck or take the harm.
which is how much harm?
To
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Unky Marv is now
okay. You take two
quite
harm.
lacerated in the face.
Oh no.
Oh, it's you know what they say in the old movies. It's just a flesh wound.
Just glass. And at that, I think we're going to take break before we deal with Brianna by herself.
No.
I've got smoke.
Wow, Brianna by herself with smoke. With what
Also
she's
now
doing.
there's also now another very loud sound coming from the direction I was just in that happened.
Yeah, it sounds like a car crash
Escalation's
and
going
a
all over the
horn
place.
going off.
The alarm.
Yeah, I think the horn just constantly as it comes down. But we're going to take a break. We'll be back shortly. So that just happened, and I've got an idea where this is going to go, but we'll see. We play to find out, and we fail forward apparently because we're leveling up really quickly with all these failed rolls. But that's how it works. We also, on our break, we've got some entries for the Roll20 giveaway. We will pass it on. If you're unfamiliar with the system, stick around for the break, because we actually have Roll20's How to Play Monster of the Week. It's really easy to pick up, and it explains everything in really simple terms. And it only takes 9 minutes, and our break's 10 minutes, so it's all good. So we'll be back shortly. Stick around. We'll see you soon.
Wow.
Am I back? Hello.
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 Hi.
So stuff has happened. Supernatural stuff. A bug has been shot at point blank range, gangster style. And a pest control van has been thrown across the street, while a shard or windscreen of very sharp glass was in the tornado, and well, it got dirty. But on the upside, you're right next to the park which is right outside the hospital. So there's an upside. But behind the park is a bike track where Brianna and Smoke are trying to get the scent of a mysterious thing which knocked a kid off their bike.
Mm-hmm.
So back to Brianna.
Yes. So this would be
Oh, and to add to the stress, just pointing out, all your phones died recently.
you mean you replaced friggin' Eugene's laptop, but you didn't want to get us all new phones as well?
Oh no, I got me and Trace new phones. That was it. I got it to the people who mattered.
Oh man, these like let's see, sorry, I'm just like trying to read all the questions under read a bad situation or investigate a mystery to see what I want to ask. I already know where it went. So if I want to get it sent, is that something, because catching a scent is something a dog could normally do, does it require a roll? Because that's the whole thing, is like if you can do things that are normal, you don't need to roll.
You can do it, yeah.
All right, so we've got his scent for if we run across the same creature again.
Mm-hmm.
And from before, I also knew that there was something, like if there were dangers we hadn't noticed, and you said yes. So I'm going to be a strategic retreat and regroup with other people. And I will not go investigate.
You're hearing the horn just constantly on.
Mhm.
And a
And
brush
a
of wind goes
gunshot.
through the tree. The gunshot. The
Tornado.
Well, the brush of wind that goes through the trees. The almost like a car crash, and then a horn constantly on.
I will turn to Smoke and say, well, it looks like they're not very good at keeping things subtle. Let's go take a look and see what mess they've created now, and start heading off in that direction.
Do you want, like, the description is that as you get into the park, you can see on the other side of the path, the windscreen half sticking out of the window, or sorry, the front where it should be. You see that your friends are injured. Prospero looking happy at himself because he saved Trace by throwing a pest control van down the street, which is now on its roof, and the horn is constantly on.
If I see movement, and if I have clear line of sight to see that Prospero, Trace, and Marv are alive and moving,
and walking into the scene is what looks to be a fairy with a suitcase, and just like looking at it, and it's like just pausing at the edge of the park, not wanting to like go closer to whatever has just happened there.
a fairy, like a literal fairy with wings and all.
Yes. By that I mean a party princess, like a party fairy.
Oh, like a party entertainer.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
That is an important clarification.
Okay. I was like,
This is
oh my god,
Monsters
is
of the
Brianna's
Week.
like past coming to like play a part now all of a sudden with the fake hordes.
Actually, instead of fairy, no, I think fairy, yeah.
Yeah, if I see that the other three are relatively alive and moving, I am going to just kind of dash over towards the pest control van.
Trace and Marv got hurt.
But they're alive and moving, and Prospero's there with them. Yeah, so I'm going to go check on the people in the van. They're adults that can take care of themselves.
Yeah. In the van, you see a man in mid-30s, upside down, a little bit of blood on forehead, dripping down, or doing upwards, because upside down, and strapped into a seat, and just looking dazed and confused, and like the horn is just stuck on, like constantly in the like blaring at the moment.
All right, so the guy looks like he's probably concussed. He's been in a car accident. I'm going to look over the back of the I guess underside of the car now that it's upside down towards the hospital. Is there any? Does it look like anyone's coming out to help?
Well, the thing about hospitals in America is that they don't come out to help, because that would be wrong. That would be against their insurance. You have to go in there.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, no, they called an ambulance to go pick this guy up despite the fact he's right outside the hospital.
Because that way they can charge.
Oh my goodness.
It's like Disneyland. Like if you die outside, it doesn't count. So like, yeah.
I'm so conflicted now on what I should do.
Well, what would you like to do?
I figure I'll try to get the guy out of the car and at least lay him out. But it's like, I'm pretty sure in car accidents, you're not meant to move a person because they could have spinal injuries. But hey, you know what? Let's not get too real.
We have said this is America, so that's a lawsuit.
Is that?
So
I'm
unless
kidding.
you are a
No,
trained, well, actually, hold on now, because you can be held liable, and if you are certified for first aid or CPR, you legally do have to help them.
I don't
So
think Brianna's
And you are protected. If you do that, you are protected. So even if you hurt them and removing them, you are legally protected by bystander laws. So like you could actually really fuck them up, but you're acting in good faith. So
With training, with that, yes. But either way.
with training.
Yeah.
And if anyone in the group had that, it would be Brianna.
I don't think she does. She didn't go in for that sort of training.
You can hear like the ambulance in the distance, but it is in the distance.
wee woo, wee woo.
Accurate.
And not coming from the hospital.
Yeah, no,
Oh.
she's if you said the guy was just he was breathing, just looking dazed, she's gonna leave him where he is and just be like, but she will kind of like crouch down near the window going, "Sir, are you okay? Obviously you don't look it, but are you lucid? Hello?"
I said
Okay, you just hang in there, literally, just hang in there. And then she's gonna just kind of,
they
does
said
he look like
bring my biggest traps. What?
bring your biggest traps? Okay. Did they tell you what you were catching?
Roll.
What am I rolling? Because again, it's like it's one of those things. If it's a normal human action, it shouldn't necessarily need a roll.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
but
I
there's
was just asking him a
consequences.
question.
Like,
It-
does he pass out or
Manipulate?
does he give you information? Is kind of the
Yeah, so that's fine, but like, what am I supposed to roll?
investigate.
Investigate,
Yeah.
and then you'll just react based on
Yeah.
it.
That's all it is. So you have at least one question. We're going to say, did I say something on the hospital? There was no parking. Like, they just said around the hospital in the gardens.
Okay. Well, it sounds like the ambulance is getting closer because apparently they didn't have any ambulances at the hospital to get you, so you'll be okay. It's just across the road. You'll be fine. I need to go check on other people.
Passes back out.
And Brandon's gonna get up and kind of hot step it towards like where Prospero is standing, going.
Yeah, so Profero's standing there like, I heard the gunshot and I saw that the window was blown out. I assumed that Trace was shooting at the van.
I then look at Trace to get her sword.
Trace leans out of the just busted, broken, blown away fucking windshield on Betsy the car. And you see that there's like blood on her face, but it's very like tasteful. It's very like aesthetic. she's got a big like gash scar, but like it's only just through her eyebrow. It's very like TikTok star circa like 8 months ago. So she's just got like that scar through that scratch through her eyebrow, bleeding. But she like throws you a thumbs up and says, "Oh, I was just shooting a bug. Like there was a bug on the windshield, and like I don't know. Then there was like a fucking tornado. Like this fucking town, Brie. Like it's just fucking weird. Like there was just a fucking tornado." And then I see Prospero standing outside the car, and I do a little bit like 1 + 1 math in my head. I'm like, oh, there wasn't just a tornado. Prospero fucked some shit up.
Yeah.
There's also the constant horn going off from the van down the street now flipped.
Yeah, can you take care of that? Like it's kind of interfering with like our tunes. Like Unky Marv and I were like rocking out. Like we'd like to go back to rocking out, please.
Unky Marv just leans out the windscreen, a bit of glass still embedded in his head. Just like, woo!
I feel like maybe they would have probably enjoyed it if their car got flipped, but actually this is probably going to be in Uncle Marv's wheelhouse. Hey, Uncle Marv, how would I disable a car horn?
I got it. Unky Marv goes to the back of Betsy, pulls out the chainsaw, and just starts it up and drives it into the van.
Into the engine?
No, into like where the steering wheel would be at. Like, yeah, not at the person, but yeah, near the steering wheelie bit. Not into the engine. He's not that dumb.
I mean,
we have no proof
visually
of this.
impactful.
With that, it doesn't even wake up the individual in there, but
Yeah.
you saw off the engine, you saw off the dash, like you put the like right through the dash, and it stops.
Problem solved. And he turns off the chainsaw and goes and puts it back in Betsy.
I crank
Marv
up
has
the music a little louder.
solutions. And the fairy probably thinks that we've just murdered someone in the car with a chainsaw.
You see the fairy just walking around the park, but it's still towards the hospital, but walking around anywhere close to you. Like instead of walking along the sidewalk, which would have went straight to, she's going the long way around to get to where she needed to go.
Well, I did talk to the guy in the pest van just briefly before he conked out, and he mentioned he was here to catch something big in the hospital gardens. Just throwing that out there. And so from the bike track, the creature that ran away would have been going away from the hospital. I'm trying to figure out the mental map. Like, there's the park there. There's the hospital on one side.
Possibly, but
you could
probably back around as well towards the hospital.
Okay.
All right.
So
Unky Marv, after he puts away the chainsaw, is gonna approach the fairy and use his trust me skill to hopefully quell.
She's on the other side of the park. She's
Yeah. He chases her down.
Okay. She drops. She drops her big suitcase, like not suitcase, but like the wheelie case, and just runs towards the hospital. As soon as she started going towards her at speed, she just screams, ah! And she just runs away and like towards the hospital, leaving the wheelie suitcase that she had with her.
Can I yell after her?
You can yell after her.
Yeah, okay. Unky Marv goes. Okay, so he's using his trust me ability where
I'm going to give you a -2 to this one because, yeah.
Okie dokie, -2.
Chainsaws, gunshots, flying car, and you're chasing her after using a chainsaw to the flying car. Okay, mixed success.
Okay, so on a mixed success, they do. So as I'm yelling after it, I'm just like, just don't tell anybody about us. This is just, the weird shit in this town, because I have to tell her the truth. So I'm telling her the truth that there's weird giant bugs. And so she will do what I say, but she does. The keeper chooses from one of these. They ask a hard question, they'll stall and dither a while, or they have a better idea.
Yeah, I think she'll be using a better idea, but you won't know directly what that is. Because she's already running, so she's not going to do this, she's not going to stall.
Mm-hmm.
But she'll something else will happen along those lines.
Yeah.
Okay.
But again, she's left her suitcase, in the park.
I guess I go get that one piece of evidence that this happened. I don't know. I go check out the suitcase.
It's a suitcase.
Okay. Got a company name on it? Is this like an individual? Is this like a private person doing some work in town?
No company name. It's when you open it up, it's full of scarves and balloons. There's a plastic plate with some sticks or something like that. There's some juggling clubs. Looks like some paints and paintbrushes. You get a piece of paper as well that was that was stuffed in there. Maybe looks like a contact information.
The contact information for the ferry?
No, it seems to be a scribbled name, but also in a time and award.
Well, I know where she's going if we need to find her.
Hmm.
But yeah, I guess I do that, and then I go up to, of course, Tracy first. Do you need me to take care of that? And I point to the wound.
No, actually, I think it's kind of sexy. And I get out of the car, and also the only other thing that the glass has done to me as it did do some damage to me, it did cut very strategic rips in my clothing. So I step out of the car, and I say, I'm actually feeling pretty good. So we can just leave that. Yeah.
Well, Unky Marv coughs blood.
I kind of squint my eyes worth it? Is this probably be Tracy happy if he didn't die here. Okay, Uncle Marvin, let's get you bandaged up. So yeah, how hurt are you?
I can take your whole 3.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Again, there's a hospital right there.
Why would I do that when I have magic?
You think Unky Marv's got insurance?
That too. All right.
Uncle Marv's got a staple gun and
I feel like
a
this
used
game
bandage.
suddenly just goes into the too real territory where we're starting to worry about liability, insurance.
Yeah, I think
whether or
you're
not it's
doing that
okay
too.
to-
I was joking about the insurance side of things.
I don't want Uncle Marv to die. I'll spend a luck.
Hey.
I rolled a 6.
Thanks.
All right, so the Wizard Council will bother me about this, as they have done in the past. But Uncle, but so like that, you said you had a staple gun in there. I like take it and I like infuse some magic in it. I just like staple your head.
Oh my god. Magic staples.
Because once again, this might sting. The process is extremely painful. I am putting like these weird magic staples that will close your wound into your head, so you're back to full health, and it won't even leave a scar.
This time.
Uncle Marv. Uncle Marv, that looks metal as shit.
So you got staples down here across the forehead, a little scar here with a little bit of just a little bit of red coming down, and meanwhile, Prospero, a book opens up,
and
and
this one's new.
Book opens up. It says it's essentially changing of fate, healing the unhealable. And then it starts all the questionnaire. It's not just on you, but also the victim. And it starts and asks for bystanders as well to start filling out.
Right. So we're all going to need to fill out this form. I'll just ask you the questions and fill it out, but I will need to ask some questions here. I'll start with my sections, like, are you a trained medical doctor? No. It's like, is the patient insured? Uncle Marvin, are you insured?
No.
No. Access to immediate medical facility.
Another page you feel just got added to the
Oh no.
to the flow.
Look, yeah, you keep doing that. We'll keep looking around.
I'll be asking you questions throughout, so just be ready for them. And then Prospero's going to like put his nose into the book and start filling out the paperwork, much like he did last time this happened, which was also on a healing spell.
It's a if I'm like as you get through, it's like if I'm insured, and there's a whole new section that got added. And also it asks for the cause of the injury and the cause, and if it had magic, that was the cause of the injury, and then who did that, and you're like, oh god, I've got to fill this out again, like more. It just
say, all right, well, I technically was responsible, though I didn't blow out the windshield originally, so it's kind of a weird situation. I'll say partially magic, and like it only gets half a form there, but it still has to be filled out
in detail.
So explain. Windshield was already blown out when magic was used.
Who killed? Who shot the wind? It opens up. Who shot windscreen?
Does he need? Does he need my initials on this part?
Yeah.
If I put your name, I do need you to sign here, initial here. I need you
I
to
sign
also
it in
initial
blood.
there. The Council of Wizards probably likes that.
I do have to ask. You said that you shot a bug. Is that your usual response when you see an insect?
I mean, if like Prospero and Eugene aren't around to kill it for me, yeah, of course.
As at this stage, Brianna,
This is America.
You see a spider, like on the road, about 2 foot in diameter.
Brianna, I'm gonna need you to like scooch a little bit, and I pull out my gun.
Was the
and I pull out my gun.
Was the insect that you shot before like that?
The first one was more of like a little like ant sort of fella. This one's more like a big, like an ant but big. This one's
okay.
Yeah, if you're arachnophobic, you might just want to like turn around. I'm gonna got my gun, just scoot, and I'm gonna shoot it.
I am gonna get out of the line of fire.
That's a good idea.
I'm gonna help out by bending over so she can lean on me to get an aim.
Hell yeah. All right, I'm gonna kick some ass.
So this is a +1 from me.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Uncle Marv.
Oh god.
Are you fucking shitting me?
Level up?
No. You gotta shoot me, aren't you?
Okay.
Turns out the barrel is supposed to be above Uncle Marv. Get it?
No.
I did my like gangster.
Unky Marv, take a -1 forward from because you bent over. Gunshots are loud.
Mm-hmm.
So that just ran off in your ear, but the spider just shatters and explodes into foam and plaster and just goes everywhere on the street.
Are they filming a movie here? Why is there a weird prop spider?
When the are there like I want to look from the foam stuff to looking at the inside of Marv's car. Is it covered in foam and plaster similar?
No.
So what remains of the ant?
That's a bit hard to describe because it was splattered, and then that splattered remain went through a tornado. There's goop on the windscreen, but then he's like, "Wait," and then you see on the back of the van in front of you, down the street, upside down, you see a big spider, about the same look as what you just shot.
A living one again, or is this just on the roof?
Oh, sorry. Did I misdescribe that? I didn't say anything about living.
Is it moving? Is it like attached to the van?
As in, you've
Was
never
this a
seen
prop?
You've never seen an insect, like a pest removal, have like a prop on the top. So like, we get rid of these insects.
Right. That's what I'm asking.
Shot. That's what you just shot.
But there's another one on the van.
No. As in, it's like not on the van, but that's a picture of it, of the same thing of what you just shot. As in,
okay. I think
connecting
I get...
Oh wait, we just shot the van's prop that was probably on the top of the van when it got tornadoed, and yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to explain.
How injured is Uncle Marv?
He's fully healed.
I'm fully healed. I just got -1 forward because of the ringing.
Okay. I just wanted to check. I was like, did I give you like a bald patch where I like shot you over the top of your head? Like, okay, thank God.
The Home Alone injury.
Uncle Marv, I'm so sorry. My hands are shaking.
So
we're all gathered here to further the investigation, but WTF?
Yeah, I don't have a lot of insight onto this one. I'll be honest with you. Well, if we thought they were being created, a hospital would be a good place to like create creatures, I assume. Should we go look in the hospital?
I mean, yeah, we can. The guy in the van said he was told to bring his biggest traps and that there's something in the gardens.
In the gardens or in the hospispital?
In the gardens of the hospital. So he was hired by the hospital.
I thought you meant the park. My apologies. Huh. Well, that seems to be a point in going into the hospital and seeing if maybe we could figure out if this is where all these things are being made.
So plan is just walk in, pretend we're here to visit someone, and just make our way to the gardens?
Well, if you look at the name of the hospital, it says like Theus Hospital, like Theus Memorial Hospital on top. So like we can just kind of go in. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, do we want to like Bree? You mentioned there's like a dude who's like in the car, like or the van? Do we want to like maybe he can be like our cover, right? Like I know we can just walk in because Prospero's family owns this town, but like maybe
it's awfully convenient.
Yeah, it's super convenient. But like maybe we could also like bring him along as like a cover story, like just to like keep all of our bases covered.
Sure, let's go help him out of the car.
Well, hold on here. Is anyone a licensed first aid like person at all?
Nope.
We do have to worry about the liability.
I would
nursemaid. What do you mean, nursemaid?
I didn't say that at all. Oh, right, the staples. I like grab one on your head and like move it out. That should no longer be pressing into the brain. That should be fine. I say as I still fill out paperwork. It's like, oh, I just moved one. Now like fucking another page showed up.
I personally like to think that my drugs are medicinal. So, like, legally, am I covered here?
No.
Are your drugs legal?
It depends on what state we're in.
Let's just go help the guy. Let's go.
Okay. Okay.
Those drugs can put you in any state you want.
That's true. That's true. It's like it's a state of mind, not a state of being. Uncle Marv, you were so right. All right. What should we roll to try and get this poor fucker out of the car?
You can get him out of the car, like with a group effort. You can get him out of the car. The four of you can try to can be gentle because it's just being upside down. And he's unconscious.
Unky Marv goes to the back and just starts taking his traps.
The traps
Taking
are mostly trashed because of
Can I find one good one?
no. The car was thrown. So, I like the collection, the hoarding. But you just have to rely on the chainsaw for a while, I think.
Oh, I'm not taking that into a hospital.
Good. Just checking.
Uncle Marv is a man of taste and subtlety. He's not going to just whip a chainsaw out in the middle of St. Mary's, you know?
Is there a giant fly swatter? Or net? Like the giant pole with a net on the end of it.
Or an electric bug zapper. If you're from the American South.
Yeah.
But I think a pole is probably more feasible than like a trap would be. Yeah, I think that would be less valid from less damage in something like that.
It would have been strapped to the side of the wall or something. Yeah. So you can just take the giant pole net thing just in case, Uncle Mar.
Radio. He's taking the pole net.
Okay, take the pole net.
Does the guy have did he have something like a badge for his company or anything like that?
So have we changed the plan to posing as the exterminators? Is that the change here?
Yep.
So are we leaving him in the car?
No, we'll take him, but one of us could have been his partner.
Oh, fair. That makes sense. Okay.
How lucky are you? Is there a spare overalls in the back? As in, does anyone want to spend their luck to...
Sure, Unky Marv spends a luck.
Okay, you find
don't you also find something else now because you spent a luck?
Oh yeah, I spent a luck, so now we get a I've got my random generator here.
Oh my god.
This is also part of the game.
I find a yellow and blue crossed hair ribbon, crisscrossed hair ribbon. It just brought up a picture of it in this random item generator. So I'm going to also put that in my hair because the overalls say Sally.
No, they don't. They say Beatrice.
Oh, Beatrice.
It's a good luck, Uncle Marv.
Mm-hmm. You're close, but this
reminds me of your Halloween costume a couple years ago.
The other ones also say army, as in ARMIE, Arnie, but with an M. But either way, so you take Army into the hospital, and you posing as Beatrice, the other pest control, who has now staples in the head. And what you enter the front doors. There's security around. How can I put this? As you see the security, you see the fairy look at you and then just walk off down the.
So she was talking to security.
Was talking to security, but then doesn't seem to be alerted to you. They may have told the security something else about the gunshots and the crashes and whatnot.
All right. Unky Marv's going to approach the desk and say, there seems to have been another freak weather accident outside. Tornado just hit our van. I'm Beatrice, and this is Army. We're here for the bug problem.
Is he okay? I think we need to get him to emergency.
Oh, yeah, we definitely do. These kind of people have helped out and got him out of the van.
For legal purposes, I did not help. I am not a licensed first aid practitioner or CPR certified. I did not help out. I am not liable.
For legal purposes, I did help.
Right.
I was there.
Did you help though?
Shortly after, nurses come out and they put him on a gurney and they take him back further into the hospital for care, because, well, that's what happens in an efficient hospital in theory. In reality, it's more paperwork. But
It's a fantasy world.
it's a fantasy world, at least in some part. I was like, do you need help? Like, you've got blood, and like, is she okay? And
Just a minor cut on, I think, Trace. Minor cut on your forehead. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's super minor. Like I've got it under control. I'm actually trying to get a scar there, so like no medical attention needed. I think this is going to be part of my look now. But thank you for your concern.
okay, I was like, we can do like stitches maybe, or like even some bandages, or
No, I think I'm good, but thank you.
okay. So the pests in the we've had some issues with some things biting at the wires, and some of the residents say they haven't been well, and they've seen like small creatures around. So we're looking to get some things done around the outside in the gardens. Apparently they've been.
Okay, when you say small creatures, like what are we talking about? Are we talking about like eldritch monsters that look like they've crawled out of like a lake? Or are we talking like human children?
Or squirrels.
Or squirrels, yeah.
At that, you see, just like in like a little hospital, like through the doors, you just see like the panels where you can see through, like little windows. You see a monster walk past in the distance, about the size of a child, like down the end of a corridor. You didn't see everything, but you saw like, wait, was that a Frankenstein?
Is there a costume party
Costume
happening
party?
today in the hospital by any chance, like for the children's ward or anything?
Oh yes, we're having a Halloween style party for the kids today in the pediatrics world. Yes.
Okay. That is good to know. Well, we'll
But
check
as
out.
for some of the if you want to, I can probably find someone to help you. Like, you want to speak to some of the people here about like what they've seen. Like, that's okay. I can probably arrange that unless you want to just put some things down outside.
If you just let us know where which wards and which patients we need to talk to, that should probably be enough for us.
Yeah, sure. I'm just reading through my notes here. And my notes. Of course, that's not one of those. And oh man, why am I doing this? I might have to change my notes because I can't find which ones are what down. I think no, that's the wrong one. Sorry, there's so many people that I've got. There's possible things here. No, because you're wearing Beatrice's thing anyway. You can't say that one. Howard Amadea, one of our elderly residents, said that having a bit of disturbed sleep and that they've seen something in their room. You might want to speak to them. And I'll get a nurse to take you to the hospice care section. He's a little bit cranky, but hospice care is always like that anyway. Shortly afterwards, you're taken to a room which just smells like an old person. As only hospitals have, and only old people's homes have, is there's a very old, frail man in his 80s to 90s, and walking cane next to this bed, though it doesn't look like it's been used much. And the nurse says, Harold, these people are they're here to speak to you about your about what's been happening. So just be nice to them and don't get angry and don't get excited. Just keep it calm and just you mean about the creature, the monster that comes at night. Oh, that vicious little thing keeps on biting me. It bites me just like she keeps on trying to, yeah. She has a thing for me. But this thing bites me instead. Every night it comes in and just nibble, nibble, nibble. No, it's... What would you like to say to Harold?
I'll turn to the nurse. I'll turn to the nurse and ask, out of curiosity, have you checked him when he cleaned this? Does he have bite marks on him?
I don't do his cleaning. I just make sure that he's more keeping calm. He the nurse which deals with that. She's on tonight. She's not on at the moment.
Well,
anything on his record to say that if they did find bite wounds?
No, I can't. I don't see anything.
Right. Harold, right? That's your name?
Sometimes, yeah.
What's your name today, then, if it's sometimes?
Sometimes.
Oh, okay. Well, sometimes. Were you bit last night by the creature?
Yeah. Every night. Flies into the window. And just comes in and just and then disappears again. Into the night. Into the shadows.
And so it flies in. Have you ever gotten a good look at it?
No, because it's dark, of course. It's nighttime.
Well, you never know.
How big was it?
Well, first time I saw it was a tiny little thing, almost like a bug. But every time it comes back, it's bigger and bigger.
It's bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
And where does it bite you?
It turns over, and it's like one of those hospital gowns, which is just the front, the back's all nothing, and you can see bite marks on the shoulders.
Oh,
on the
holy
back.
shit!
And there's the nurse is like, "Oh my god, why didn't you say?" And then she stops because he has been saying something.
But he has been saying this.
But
we should.
As you said, you can see the bite marks. There's things that are close together and then further apart.
So they've been the gnaw has been getting bigger and bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Can
I inspect it to try and get a feel for what type of bites they are? Are these mandible bites? Are these dog bites?
I would say investigate a mystery.
Yep.
Investigate a mystery to inspect the bites of this person.
And 11.
It seems to be whatever it is, it seems to be chasing blood veins on its back, on its shoulder, and you can even see, and it seems to be every bite mark is hitting a vein on both puncture wounds.
All right. So I suppose
Does that give you enough information of like what type of bite it is?
I think I was trying to more find out whether it was insectoid or like a beast.
Humanoid.
Yeah.
All it is 2 marks. There's no rest
So,
of the
like, 2
bite pattern.
punctures?
Yeah, just 2 punctures.
All right, and then I get a second question.
Anyone else want to ask a question? Maybe call for suggestions.
Investigate a mystery.
No. It's call for suggestions to help Brianna.
Oh, a question.
Oh,
Yeah.
Where did it go?
Yeah, because this sounds like a different creature than the thing we encountered. So, yeah, where did it go might be a good one.
Out the window. Where did it go?
I've already answered that one, so
Yeah.
He has told you, yeah.
So I'm already getting a picture that we kind of get an impression it's insectoid. It's gone out a window. What can it do? It can bite veins.
Mm.
Maybe what is being concealed here?
Yeah, what is being concealed here, if anything?
Okay, as that's happening, I'm going to bring in Howln because Power's back, and I missed the first message of like, can I come back? Because I was on the right page. Give me a moment. We'll bring Howln in. Just do a quick change of the overlay, so we can do that. Okay. Welcome in.
He's back.
I would like everyone to know that I am drunk right now. In character.
In character.
I mean, that was just an assumption that we all already had, so that's fine.
Okay, cool. I just wanted everybody to know I did not get my ass beat by a little girl with pigtails that lost her dog, and she blamed me for her stuff. So I just wanted to fully make sure that was understand.
And we did save your life.
Oh my god. I was not expecting that.
We endangered it pretty significantly, but the important part is that ultimately we saved you.
I'm glad I
saved your life and only destroyed some of your property in the process.
Aha!
Hey, you scored a new laptop.
Yeah, like you're down a laptop, you're up a trace kiss, like you're doing fine.
You're down a mobile phone.
You are down a mobile.
Oh
which,
my god!
Yeah. Which, to be fair, you did to yourself when you jumped into the water. So I mean, that's not on us. That one's on you.
Hey, look, any excuse I get to get out of work, that's great. I'm fine with it. This is good with me.
So just changing a couple here. So it's not really done as neatly as I usually would. That work? Nope.
You've got
Possibly.
2 VJ Stonecrafts now.
I know. That's what I'm trying to flick through.
Oh my god!
They're listed as player
dream.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but they're not listed in names like I would usually have it. Okay, that's
Gotcha.
that one. Let's go to the next one, which is I can just flip these two. So do you want to like actually recap for Howln so he knows where we are while I'm doing this?
Oh god. So you were in the water drowning. Prospero saved me. There was like a weird creature thing made of reeds in the water. Prospero split he did like a Moses type thing. And he ended up in the water. The rest of us ended up saved.
So instead of splitting the water, he just pulled the water out of the lake, onto the land instead.
Bree like fucking hog-tied this like reed like monster thing from the Black Lagoon. I tried to kick it in the nuts and I actually killed it instead of kicking it in the nuts. So rip that monster. We went to a camp to dry off because we were like dying of hypothermia. We got on a school bus.
Stole the school bus.
Stole
Okay,
the school
bus.
bus, actually. And I blew a windshield out.
And we're back. Hello. Sorry, a little
Hey
bit of a
there.
glitch there. Australian internet, really not that great, but we're back. And Howln's here. So I think all the recap was done, I hope. So welcome in. You do have one harm on your sheet, and I've marked
Yep.
that your computer was destroyed. I think I crashed, like at least my connection crashed as you describing killing the bug, the giant spider. So the giant ant on the inside of the windscreen blew up the windscreen. What was it? There was Wolf thought that that Trace was in trouble, so threw a bug van down the road, injuring that, but also in the consequences hurt Trace and Marvin, Unky Marv. Rhiannon got the scent of the creature, but came back, helped, and they've got an inspection uniform on, or a bug uniform on, an extermination uniform on, and they've taken the guy into the hospital, and that's where we are in hospital, talking to one of the residents, Harold or something, about his bites, and he's got lots of bites on him. I believe that was it. So we were investigating mystery.
Yeah, and I think the
Second
next question I was asking was, what is being concealed here?
What is being concealed here? That this creature and the last creature seem to be feeding off blood.
Okay.
The claw marks that you saw on Eugene earlier weren't just to hold it, but there was a lot of blood in the water when Eugene was pulled down. That seems to be a thing. That makes sense?
Yeah, so basically these things get something from blood.
Good. Okay. So unless there's
I would also like, after asking those questions or trying to determine all that, I will walk towards the window and have a look to see, like, does this room overlook the gardens, or like looking from the window, do I see anything that looks like it might be a good hiding place for creature or creatures?
as you look out the window, you're not on the first floor. You're not on the ground floor. You're actually a little bit up.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of a drop. There is some, there's some area down below. You can see what looks to be a large ant mound. Not directly below, but like in the gardens off to the side. But it doesn't seem to have any activities on the ant mound. You can see like over the park, but you can't see any like. There's nothing obvious to you that there's like any link to why this room or yeah.
I will ask. So typically if I was in a higher floor window, I don't think I would notice an ant mound unless it was like freakishly large. Is this a freakishly large ant mound that looks like 1 foot ants would crawl out of it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna point that out to the others and just be like, anyone else seeing that?
Yeah, I don't know if I can hit it with my gun from here.
Also, the thing, is the nurse still in here?
Yeah.
Nurse, we're gonna go look at the anthill down there, see if maybe that's the cause of all this, and we can just put an end to this right now.
There's an anthill? What?
I like point out the window. Yeah, right there.
Well, that looks big from this height.
It does, which is disconcerting, but sometimes ants, when they gestate in the mines for a while, can grow to disproportionate sizes. Happens. We'll see if we can take care of that.
Mm-hmm. As you're exiting the room, you hear a scream.
Or maybe we'll take care of that first.
A multitude of screams. Frankenstein runs through the corridor away from you, like just straight past you at great speed. The mummy runs down another corridor at great speed. You see a vampire running down the corridor. You see all these people, like about 2-3 foot, like children, just running, and they're all screaming.
Like Frankenstein, Mummy, and Dracula are screaming.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are they just regular kids running as well, like not in costume?
No.
Just those 3.
Oh, there's other children I can go through.
Yeah.
Like there's one looked like a wolfman, or there's
Okay, so there's a lot of kids running around now.
Yeah, and screaming.
Jesus.
Ew.
First reaction is to want to step back into Harold's room and just close the door and ignore it all.
Yeah, no, I think I can deal with this.
Getting back to drinking.
All right. I've got to move here. Okay. So Unky Marv's gonna step out into like the corridors, quickly duck around a corner, slip on the luchador mask, and step out into the corridors and go, "It is I, El Polo Loco El Diablo." I'm pretty sure that's what I called myself.
Yes, it was something like that.
El Polo Loco del Diablo. It is I have come for your entertainment. Come with me, kids, and we shall build the biggest ant trap in the world. And here we go, rolling charm. All right.
Rolling charm, you got 9.
Yeah. It has a specific thing here.
Yeah.
They are ready to pitch in with their help as long as there is little personal risk. Choose one thing for them to do, and the one thing I'm getting them to do is help construct a trap. I'm going to get them to help me to build a trap at the ant's nest.
A young girl that's dressed up as like Elvira is like stops.
What? How?
Like
what year are we in?
The big hair and the black dress. Looks like about 9-10. And then, but at that you see and also like a boy in like a Frankenstein costume just stop, and they listen to, and like a mummy turns up and just throws the boy in the Frankenstein costume. And when I mean throw, I mean throws them down the corridor.
Wow.
Okay.
We should.
And
I like
stop.
Yeah, I was about to say. Like,
Okay.
I was trying to process what just happened.
Howln, for coming in, but I wanted you to come in. I wanted you to do at least a roll, but
that seemed weird.
A 3 foot tall child dressed as a mummy just threw another child dressed as Frankenstein down the corridor, and not luchador style. We're talking special effects style, throwing at great force.
Yeah, the kid was on a wire, just yanked back.
Yeah.
Huh.
Interesting.
Steroids.
Trace hasn't been making rounds to the hospital, has she?
It wasn't me, I swear.
The chewable steroids for kids.
Yeah, that's how you get the vitamins.
The Flintstones vitamin supply was corrupted.
Chewable steroids.
Hey, in prosperity, anything's possible.
So, yeah.
And that's the problem. I do love that you totally took out the pest inspector or the pest eradicator. That was just perfect, beautiful. But I think we do have to stop here because we are going to go late if we keep on going. But I want to at least end that. Thank you, Eugene, for turning up. So Eugene's been out power for pretty much most of this. But you got in. And I totally missed your first, hey, did you want me to come in? Because I was on the long stream.
Yeah. Nah, it's all good, man.
But yeah, we'll wrap it up here. We'll do our outros. But at least you know what's caught up. They kind of destroyed a few things. My favorite thing right now is the use the move, take something away from you, which at the moment is Tesla's. You took the phones away from you, and of course, killing the laptop. There was one move I really wanted to do. That I want to. I want to. So if you're not familiar, the keeper has moves, as in moves to do, very specific. There was something in here I found that was really, really cool. Make them acquire stuff. I want to use this. I really want people to have to acquire stuff. As in, if they want to get into a location, they need a key for location, it's going to be tied to a tire rim or something like that. I want them to have to acquire stuff to pull, like to drag around with them.
Can you put it at the bottom of a bottle, please? I will definitely go and get it.
Maybe it's the key to the liquor cabinet.
Oh my god,
that'd
be great. That'd be great.
I just like the idea. It's a cool move. I don't know how the hell I'm going to be able to implement it, but I like some of the basic moves. But anyway, let's do outros again. Thank you, Howln. Do a full intro. Take away.
All right. Well, first
next week you're doing the recap.
Got it. Dang it. Ugh. First off, let me state, because of the children, I probably need to look up child labor laws because I'm pretty sure making them make a giant ant trap is not approved by their parents. Not that Eugene really cares. He just wants to make Marv do some type of paperwork. But I was not able to play Eugene fully today, so I do apologize. But it's always a pleasure being here. And if you want to try to see me just do kooky, stupid stuff, you can always check me out on twitch.tv/Howln. And yeah, I do apologize that I wasn't here, but I do love everybody. So it was fun being back and making jokes.
Mr. Luchador, Dr. Oblong.
G'day, I'm Dr. Oblong. I'm an electronic music artist. You can check out my music at SoundCloud/Dr. Oblong. But today I've been playing Unky Marv. Got to use my chainsaw a couple of times, which is always fun. And it wasn't on living things, so you know that's got to be a positive.
Yeah, just on
definitely
the steering engine, like not the engine, but like the
dashboard,
steering
of
wheel
the car.
dash of a van.
Yeah. I think that magic's to blame for most of the destruction today.
Look, I'm glad I leveled up to take the move that allows me to shift the blame that from my magic. It was a good choice.
I think it was all of it was to maybe
the only exception to that two exceptions. One, Howln ruined his own phone by jumping in the lake. That happened last episode. Did happen this episode. But for this episode, I didn't shoot at the windshield. So that wasn't my fault. And I think that was the only piece of destruction that was not somehow tied to Prospero.
I maintain that shooting at the windshield was hot as fuck and therefore valid. So
and very gangster.
And I missed a moment to be gangster.
That's
even my
changed
whole
the
identity.
soundtrack. They even changed the soundtrack. They were doing thrash metal. They changed it to gangster to pull out the gun to shoot the bug.
Yo, man.
I know, right? Just like full on.
I'm totally like.
Yeah.
Yo.
So the non-violent Chibi.
Hi, I'm Chibi. I was playing the searcher, Brianna Gentry, who was, trying to investigate stuff, I suppose. Following them leads, wondering what's going on back there with everyone else. But I'm also a full-time commission artist where I usually draw people's tabletop RPG characters. You can find my work at bespokecc.com.au. And unfortunately, I will no longer be live streaming on Twitch because I've picked up another job that kind of interferes with that schedule.
No, such chill streams. They're so good.
No, sorry guys, no more.
Oh well. VJ, the violent one here.
I wasn't that bad tonight. I only took out like one bug in the top of Uncle Marv's head. So
And a raid monster with a kick to the spear.
That's true. That's true. But not a kick to the nuts. Not a kick to the nuts. So I am VJ Stonecraft. You can find me on Twitter at VJ_Stonecraft. I'm the keeper for Loved Ones Craft. It's a Call of Cthulhu podcast. I'm also a cast member over at Crossroad Games. This month you can find me streaming It's Not Easy being Delta Green. On Tavernaut, I'll be fighting Mythos and Muppets. And Tuesdays this month you can watch me flirt with cryptids and Monster Hearts on TTRPG.
Right. You didn't mention the Muppets when you mentioned the Delta Green earlier. That sounds cool. Wolf?
Hey, I'm Wolf of Red Roses, playing everyone's least favorite resident rich kid, Prospero Theus. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Wolf of Red Roses. You can find me on my itch.io page from Wolf of Red Roses Studio if you want to check out my game design work. But yeah, that's all from me.
Okay. And we've got an announcement as well. We're not going to be here we should be here next week. There's a maybe not. But we should be here in theory. I am driving back from PAX Australia the night before or the day before, so I'm doing a 10-hour drive. So that I should be okay. Just a little heads up that might not be on, but I do want to play this because this is so much fun. There's so much to this story, this adventure, that again you're only just touching the surface, even with there's weird stuff, and I want to explore the whole the mummy at the moment. Because that's the thing. There's also so Circus won't be on this week because I'm be driving down to the convention that day, so that's not on. And the big news is on the 23rd, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, we are going to be taking our City of Mist normal regular show and doing a Halloween special, but not for us. We're doing it on the Roll20 Con, Roll20 site. So that's a massive thing. We're calling it City of Monsters, and all of the mythos for the characters are going to be altered to be monsters. I say monsters, Elvira is in there too. Because if you think Eugene's talk to camera is a thing, Elvira's special move is going to be fourth wall breaking. She also has a special move about knowing the script. So
that's cool.
Because all she does is watch monster movies. So that's the thing. It's going to be a really weird game. They're already talking about costuming and everything. It's a whole thing. But anyway, that's happening soon. Check that out. There'll be more announcements of it. But thank you everyone for coming in. We're going to be raiding Manapot Studios. They're doing a Batman Streets of Gotham at the moment.
Did you need to draw the giveaway? Was there any entrance for the giveaway?
No entrance for the giveaway.
Okay.
So we do giveaways. If you want to enter, we can enter, but we draw them at the halfway time of our game. But either way, we're going to be heading off. Thank you, everyone. We're going to be raiding Manapot Studios doing Streets of Gotham Episode 7. So stick around for that. But thank you for coming in. Bye.
Bye-bye.